Hello. What was that? What was that sound? For some reason my voice cracked when I said hello. Yeah, I was running kind of late today. I didn't get to make coffee. So, I do apologize if I'm out of it. But, it takes me like 15 minutes to make coffee at least. I feel like there's not enough lighting, but I didn't change anything. It's like too bright now. I mean, you can see me, that's good enough. Yeah, how's it going? Finally uploaded a video after 3 months. Something on my glasses. The next video should be soon, because I've recorded 2 in 1 day. It's just that the next one is going to be kind of more heavy on the editing. I tried to clean my glasses and I smudged them. Right. Do I even need glasses for the stream? I'll try for a bit. But yeah. It's really funny because that skit was very short, about like 30 seconds or so, and I kinda made it with the intention of it being more of a short. Like I don't like filming vertically, I like filming horizontally and then cropping it, because then you have a lot more control over what's actually in frame. And if it's like recorded in 4K anyway, then it's still gonna be in good quality when it's cropped down. So basically that video, I intended to make it a short. When I posted it as a video, initially it was kind of like dead, and then like it actually like shot up. Like, it did better than even like the leaks video already in like a few days. It's already surpassed the leaks video within like 3 months. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, very cool. Then I uploaded it as a short, and people hated it. I don't get it, man. The more I upload to YouTube, the less I understand YouTube. Turn on the fan. It's like mighty humid today. Maybe we should be good. All right. Aside from that, yeah. Next, yeah, the next video should be soon, at least within the next couple weeks. It's more green screen heavy, so it's gonna be a bit difficult. Also, within the next, maybe within the next hour, I may have to like leave unexpectedly. May have to, because we're kind of waiting on a delivery. My parents went on a trip and they lost the luggage. Then they said that they found it and that they're gonna deliver it between 8 p.m. and 12 a.m. So I have the door camera just on my phone, so that if I see someone, I'm gonna have to like jump out of my chair and go grab the package. Okay. But other than that, we should be good. So let us play some Genshin Impact. I remember the hotkey and I'm sorry if I blinded you. I'm like trying to remember the hotkey and then I remember I have a stream deck. So today, am I missing anything? I'm not like muted or anything, am I? I think we are good. I just have to keep an eye on that camera. Maybe I can like move it over here. I think that's a bit better. because then I'm more likely to see it. It's really funny. Once I really freaked out like the FedEx guy, because like I opened the door before he knocked, and then like afterwards I'm like, I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably wait until they knock, wait like a good 5 seconds, and then open the door. I felt bad because like he looked very shocked. So there's this event here, and then there's Sigewinne's story quest. So I'm honestly relaxed limit. Oh, it's just a time limit. I'm actually complete 20 times. Okay, let's go for the middle difficulty. So we just have to do a ton of overload. Let's go with... I don't know, who's like good at applying... I mean, I can use Dea, I can use Yaimiko, I can use Diluc. I'd imagine I don't need a healer. I doubt it's gonna be... Okay. So let's go with... I'm thinking Lisa, but I don't think I can apply electric that fast. So let's just go with Kaching, Dea, Diluc, Yaimiko. The Dea stays on. Oh, I didn't, shoot. The audio might be a bit quiet. I think I can turn it up through here, actually. I think I usually have it around 40. Yeah, 40 is usually okay. Alright, give it a shot. I thought I was playing my other team. I'm like trying to switch targets with Diluc. It's just not working out. It's funny, Dea's actually pretty good here. They called me a madman. I don't know why I don't have Yaimiko's skill up. That's just free. I was too focused on figuring out how to use Kaching, because I never use her. That's it? Should I try Treacherous for the next one? Hard difficulty? Huh. So it's not like score-based, it's just about finishing. The Dea stays on. Let's put Clorinda on. Like, Dea might actually be like the best in this situation. of just like applying as much overload as you can. I didn't even pay attention. I don't remember ever fighting these guys. Look at that damage. I actually don't even know what Claren's burst does. I didn't even remember to keep Yaimiko's skill on. What the hell are these guys? Actually, I think I fought one of these before. These are from the underwater kingdom. The thing about using overload with Dea is that, like, especially if they're like, if you're using like her skill, then it just kind of knocks enemies out of the circle, so it doesn't really work that well. Yeah, it's taking way too long to kill him. I'll keep it on medium then. I mean, you get the primo gems for the lowest difficulty anyway. There's no reason to do the harder one except pride. Yeah, these die way faster. Yaimiko is a lot of fun, especially like if you're farming specters. It makes it a lot more tolerable. You can't really use them for fungus unless you want the, because like fungi enemies, like if you burn them or electrocute them, then they have like a different material that they drop. So if you're farming a specific material, then you can't really use fire or electric. Nice and easy. Alright. On to the next one. Hydro and electric. Oh, you already know we got Golden Boy over here. Aside from that, put like Shinobu on the team. We could put like Beto. And I don't know, Candace. I mean, Candace can work. Because you just use her ult. Oh, this looks a little familiar. This looks a little familiar. Okay, I didn't expect him to die that quickly. Shout out to C6 Child. As long as I ult, then I can just recast his skill. Boom. Cleared it just like that. I probably could have done the hard difficulty for that. How many more? 5? Didn't take too long. Am I loud enough? Testing, testing. I think I'm like not talking that loudly because I didn't get to make the coffee today. Yeah. Good old pour over coffee. You have to like spend like a minute between pours and takes forever. Alright, so this is electrocharged? Hello, Atomy12. You are here. Yes. We are currently doing the event, and then after that, Sigewinne's Quest. It's a very simple event. I think you just have to trigger reactions and like defeat enemies as they're hit with reactions, and then that's it. And then after that is just a story quest. But yeah, how are you doing? How was your week? Oh, okay. Let's see. Electrocharged is... I'm not crazy, right? That is water and electric? Yeah, I mean, the trial characters they give you. Okay, I mean, I may as well just do the same thing then. Or rather, I can just do this. Doing alright? I am doing okay as well. I was just explaining that I didn't get to make coffee, so I might be a little more tired than usual. Because when I started to drink coffee during streams, like especially as they're like this late, I end up having a lot more energy. I'm able to like talk better. Yeah, I need coffee to be awake. I'm addicted at this point, to be honest. Well, that was quick. Good old golden boy child. So this is for Frozen. You already know what I'm about to do. And the golden boy lives again. Let's put Rosaria, child. Screw it, let's put Layla and Chi-Chi. I'm about to show you something kinda disgusting. They're just perma-frozen. As long as I have Chi-Chi's skill up, they just can't move. And good old C6 child, it means that you always have Hydro, so that was pretty easy. Gotta love how the challenges where I can use child. Look at these time differences. Let's see. Just 3 left. Frozen again. You already know. Do I want Rosaria or do I want Ganyu? Let's do that. But yeah. Did you build your Chi-Chi? Yes, actually. It's not difficult at all to build Chi-Chi. Because it's very easy to already get like more healing than you're gonna need. I didn't. I messed up. I didn't use Chi-Chi's skill there. That's fine. Layla's skill works too, or Layla ult. Yeah, Chi-Chi was actually my first 5-star. You can imagine my how thrilled I was about that. Don't worry, it happens. You know, ever since you've started joining the streams, Atomi, I've started to say that like it happens sometimes. Just whenever anyone's like complaining about anything, just that happens sometimes. It's just like it's such a statement. Like, can't argue with that, you know? It happens sometimes. It's always nice when you join. Your first 5-star was Jean. I mean, Jean is very good. Jean has like a very good global heal. And then you can also like... Her skill is fun too. You can just yeet enemies. And Jean ult is good, yeah. I've never really understood how like the melt reactions. This one might be a bit annoying. I mean, I can just focus on Dea and Ganyu. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't really understand how like Jean's swirl works, I suppose. But yeah, her ult is good. Do you know Jean can throw children when they join your co-op? Wait, what do you mean? I remember when you were, when the game was still new, you can like throw other players in co-op. But they fixed that real quick. Wonder if this is gonna work. I'm not sure what you mean by throwing children. Okay, let's do this. I mean, this works. The enemies are weak enough. Yeah, I think Dea works a lot better here. Sorry, I'll read that in a sec. That's... I picked the wrong character. Whoops. Okay, that was easy. Whenever someone joins your co-op, and then they have a small character, example like Chi-Chi, you can throw them if they stand still. It happens. Don't worry. That happens sometimes. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, I thought they fixed that though. Maybe if the connection is laggy enough, then you can throw other people. I can't remember the last time I actually used co-op. Okay. Not sure if they fixed it or not, but hope not. Because I remember when the game was new, like 3 years ago. It was possible to throw characters, but... Should I use Arlecchino? Nah, that's fine. But I think I'll use... I'll use Xinyan over Diluc. I'm one of the psychos that actually built Xinyan. You pronounce it wrong? What, Xinyan? Xinyan? I don't play the game in English, so I actually don't even know how to pronounce a lot of the names. That's true, I got a melt him. You got me self-conscious. Oh, Arlecchino. Oh, I don't know. Are you sure? Didn't I play that quest in English? I feel like if they pronounced it differently, I would have picked it up. How do you pronounce it? Arlecchino. I don't think I'm melting these guys. Okay, let's do this. I hope I got some melts in there. Alright, nice and easy. And that was the last one, although I think I accidentally clicked retry, but I should be okay. And that is that. It happens sometimes. Alright, Arlecchino. I'll keep that in mind. I probably just like ignored every time they said her name in that quest. Hello, MAA. Somebody, like, when somebody messages me just like using the @ExplodingPansy, it's like when your parents are like in like a cartoon when the parents say like the character's full name, first and last name, when they're mad at them. I just feel like I'm getting called out. Alright. So this week we are playing Genshin. It might be the last Genshin stream for quite a while, but we will see. Because next stream, or next week, Zenless Zone Zero comes out, which is Hoyo versus New Game. And yeah, gonna play that. I'm like, I have to like keep track of way too many things now, because now I have my eye on the camera as well, so I don't miss that delivery. It's exciting to change things up sometimes. See, the thing is, I don't know what I'm doing right now. So that event is done. I didn't do the test run. Let's do that. The thing with Genshin is that I'm way too comfortable with it, so then I feel like I don't have that much to say on it, and not too much interesting stuff happens. So it should be nice to switch it up next week. So she heals party members other than herself, deals higher damage to opponents. Oh, the bubbles, I see. Oh, she's a bow user. I don't know if I get it. Is she a 5-star? Design reminds me of cotton candy. I could see that. I don't use any of these characters. Okay, you just fly around. Wait, her normal attack, she throws a pill. Weird character. This ult is so weird. Doesn't last that long either. It reminds me a lot of I completely forgot his name. What's his name? The judge? Why can't I remember his name? Oh, it's a heart bubble. I think it lasts a bit longer if you have the bubbles. It's not a long trial. Nouvelet, right. Yeah, she has like the same sort of ult, or rather, like that's his charge attack, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, she like looks up to him, or really respects him, so I guess that makes sense. Oh yeah, shout out to Furina, the last 50-50 I lost. I guess I should do this just for the gems. I don't think Furina's heal is very good, is it? I think it's just kind of there, so that there's something to like... because her skills lower the HP of your team, so I guess it's just to counteract that. crazy how Shangling is still one of the best, or probably still the best, like, pyro character in the game. Her heal is good, but a bit slow. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like not something you would normally use in combat. Like, I mean, it's not bad actually. I mean, it has a lot of range though. That has a lot of range actually. No, that is good. It is slow though. It is sure, for sure. It is slow. It really took a while for Furina to be rerun. Cause I remember like reruns for the Archons were like very quick. I remember Nahida came out, like got rerun like just a few updates after. But I feel like this time it took a while. Oh yes, gaming. And Rosaria. I'm only here for the gems. Let's see how many, did I claim my commissions? Gaming gameplay is fun. It sure is. He's mostly like plunge attacks, right? But he has like a skill that leads into it. I might actually try to make like a coffee on my break or something. If I like go BRB. That's gonna take a while. That's actually gonna take a while. That's gonna take like 15 minutes. Coffee, good coffee. Maybe I'll just cave in and use a coffee maker instead of doing pour over. Because then I can get it done in like less than 10 minutes at least. Okay, what is next? Sigewinne? Is there anything else? Oh yeah, I wanted to check how many summons I'm at. I can't even afford these. This is how long it's been since I summoned. I can't even buy these now. Because I buy them every month, and then I just ran out. So we are at 531. I've been following the leaks subreddit. Natlan is coming out in like 2 updates. Like 2 or 3 updates. Like I think we're on 4.7 now or something. And we still have like barely any Natlan leaks. Like I think they've really shut down leaks. Like Hoyo is really cracking down on those leaks. Wait, is Sigewinne's Quest even out? It is, right? I did claim it. Yeah. Of course. Natlan looks like a jungle. Did you see in the trailer it leaked Natlan a bit? Yeah, I think I expected it to be like a volcano and a jungle and all that. It's supposed to be like more around that area. Like the part of the world that it's based on. But I was like, yeah. So we've seen that, we've seen like the mounts, or rather like the forms you can take as the Saurians. But that's the thing, right? Like I feel like most of the information, yeah, the Saurians. the species that look like dino. I feel like most of the information that we know about Netland is stuff that was like officially announced. Because man, like for Fontaine and Sumeru, we had like the entire lineup of characters leaked. We had like concept art, we had all that. And it's like for Sumeru they had like a full like police lineup of all the, I need to turn to English, of all the 3D models. All the way up to like Dea and all that. All we have about like the Pyro Archon, people keep like sharing like drawings.
Today? Wonder what the occasion is.
I feel like Paimon's voice changes every time.
Butterfly Dew Cosmetics now on sale. Huh, looks like it.
Yeah, all we have of Pyro Archon is like drawings, and it's like, oh well, this is subject to change because it's kind of like her concept art. So it's like it's not even like a solid leak.
Hello there, Traveler and Paimon. I hope you're keeping yourselves fit and healthy. You bet we are. So anyway,
I hope this is a good quest to close out Genshin on.
The Duke insists I take regular vacations in the court of Fontaine. This one just so happened to coincide with a promotion for a new skincare product.
It's like
So
predict the design of Pyro Archon.
The latest industry developments when I can to help me with my magazine articles.
I mean, so far what they've shown is kind of more like
Which one? It's called Beautés en Fleur, and it's run
like
by
the Spanish Inquisition kind of look.
I've done lots of articles
With like the big hat.
for them, using the pen name Maritime Flower.
I mean, that's kind of like what it's looked like so far when they leaked it.
If Paimon's not mistaken, you're one of the leading figures in the
I was hoping for more of a warrior look. Because it's like the nation of war, you know?
What's so weird about that? Everyone loves beauty!
I feel like her voice sounds very different today.
The staff at cosmetic shops are always so polite. And as long as I wear a big smile on my face, I always get the best customer service.
They had to animate that specifically for her, because no other NPC does that. Unless maybe Klee does that.
Obviously, it's because of Sigewinne's love for beauty.
Sigewinne's? Sigewinne's?
That's incredible.
I'm sorry, say that again. Sigewinne?
I study
Sigewinne?
this field because I cherish my own appearance. It has nothing to do with being beautiful or not. Oh, the words of a master beautician defy comprehension! Oh, wait, you're saying that natural beauty is the highest form of beauty, right? Not really. Actually, Milesian aesthetics are very different from human ones. We don't view humans based on
It's funny how, like, and she tries to say, like, oh man, I'm nothing like a human, and then she just looks like a human. Rather than, like, how the other Milesians are.
Oh, really?
They had to animate that, by the way, because no other character has
I
that.
value my current appearance, and in the process of taking care of it, I've ended up learning quite a lot about skincare and stuff. It turns out,
Girl, you're
my
like
knowledge
4.
and experience is pretty popular with beauty
You don't have to worry about,
product
like,
lovers.
skincare.
It came as a big surprise to me, though. Oh, Paimon gets it now. But
Can't pronounce her name either.
appearance. How come you look
Sigewinne.
human anyway? Are you like only half Milesian?
Oh, you can't just ask people that, Paimon. You can't just ask people that, Paimon.
Sorry. That was probably really offensive, wasn't it? No, I don't mind. I'm not mixed, though.
If you're a
I made a
Milesian,
decision
how
to
come
turn
you look
myself into
human?
this form a very long time
Paimon, you
ago.
can't just ask people that.
If you're interested, I could tell you the story. A shape-shifting story?
Paimon is too comfortable.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
we're interested.
Paimon needs to think, then talk.
Once upon a time. Long
Wait, is
ago,
this? Oops.
humans rejected Melazines, and Melazines feared humans. There was one Melazine who became fascinated with human medicine, but no human wanted her help. And there was one girl who liked Melazines, so no humans would make friends with her.
Oh my god, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white.
Friend, and the girl became the Melazine's patient.
Exactly.
Your checkup's all done. You are still in perfect health. Thank you, Dr. Melazine. In this game of doctor and patient, a friendship was born. Then, one day,
And
the
then
girl
she
fell
died.
ill. The Melazine was the only doctor to arrive on
That's
time.
the end of the story.
But the adults sent her away.
Scram! Melazines can't be trusted!
So just because I'm not human, I can't save my best friend? In desperation, the Melazine approached the frightening witch. She begged and begged until she got a reply.
If you take this potion, concocted of sin, you will gain a human face and grow human limbs.
It's a very elaborate
Then,
explanation.
You will lose everything that attracted this friend of yours to you in the first place. Can you accept that?
The Melazine did not hesitate for very long.
Guys, you can just say you didn't want to create a Melusine playable
On a
character
rainy night,
3D model.
The little doctor knocked on the girl's door.
You don't have to make up like a huge story for it.
The doctor wore a hood and raincoat. Maybe to protect her from the rain, but maybe also to hide a secret. The little doctor held the girl's hand and treated her illness, just as she had so many times before.
Melusine is
Dawn came, and the little
Sigewinne.
girl's condition
however you say it.
improved. But the little
Yeah.
doctor was long gone, for she knew her friend would never recognize her again.
Sigewinne is so extra. Animating a whole story and then acted like it's not even about her.
Most people who know me just think I was born this way. Ooh, a witch? A potion? Why does this sound like a fairy tale?
Why does her voice sound so
It's a true
different?
story.
You can't spell her name?
Told it then.
That's
It just sounds
honestly,
so,
every time I like set up these streams and schedule them, every single time I write down their name, I have to search it up just to make sure I'm spelling it right. Because like Clorinde and Arlecchino and Xianyun, Cloud Retainer, and now Sigewinne. Okay, I always have to check and make sure.
yeah, not every Melazine would take
That
human
happens
form to save
sometimes.
their human friend.
I like how now that I've brought it up to you, you don't say that anymore. You don't say it happens sometimes.
Treating patients
You
is
say
the
it
doctor's
happens,
duty.
don't worry.
We must always find a way, even when the going gets tough. Ugh. It's so crazy that they turned you away just because you were a Melazine, especially when their daughter was so sick. Well, sometimes appearance can be a real barrier, but that was a long time ago. I like how I look now anyway. I run too! You're super cute this way.
Attention customers! Thank you all for waiting.
So what do you think this
Now,
quest is going to be
on behalf
about?
of our skincare partner, I'm delighted to announce that our exciting new product is now officially on sale.
Why is everyone cheering before she gave the announcement?
Paimon, if you want to
How
buy
old
any
is
skincare
Sigewinne?
products, I'll be happy to give you some suggestions. Really? Personal advice right from a leader of the Fontaine Beauty
To be
Association?
fair, how old is anyone in this game?
Allow me to introduce our
Nobody really
newest
has an
skin
age.
lotion, Butterfly Dew. I'm sure many of you have already read about this product's trials in the newspaper.
The quest is about the friends we made along the way.
To say that it improves skin quality
Honestly,
is
that was
an
more what
understatement.
Chiori's
This
quest was about.
product gets its name from the way it transforms your skin and makes it glow anew, like a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis and spreading its wings for the first time. We are thrilled to have the inventor of this fantastic product with us here today. Please welcome Mr. Rawat, a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. Now, without
I'm sure
further
Mr.
ado,
Rawat
I'll
is a
hand
good
over
guy.
to Mr. Rawat to tell you all about what Butterfly Dew can do for you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Rawat, and I developed Butterfly Dew.
Wow, what a looker.
He's a
He
researcher?
looks like anyone
Now he's
else in this
challenging
game.
the stereotype.
It seems that everyone is surprised by my
Shows
entrance.
generic
Or
NPC
should
model.
I say my appearance.
Wow, what a looker.
I'm well aware that researchers are generally better
He
known
looks
for their
like
brains
anyone
than their
else.
dashing good looks. In that regard, I do believe I
The
break mold
NPCs
some.
look all the same.
Of course, appearance is a
That's the thing,
skin-deep
right?
way of
Like, they
defining a
barely
person.
have variety.
And yet one's appearance can be a very real set of shackles, holding a person back in their life. It can rob a young person of their self-confidence when applying for a job, dissuade a young lady from approaching the one she loves. Our actions are at the mercy of our appearance, and we slowly become the very person that the outside world sees us as. But what if I told you that those shackles can be broken? If our appearance prevents us from changing, then let us first
I
change
wonder
our
if this
appearance
has anything to
itself.
do with that
Wash away
potion
moles,
they mentioned.
birthmarks, and wrinkles, and they can no longer rob us of our confidence. Replace them with luster and radiance, and we shall never again hang our heads in shame.
This
That is what
Rawat guy
Butterfly
was
Dew
the witch all
exists.
along.
Its mission is to allow us to shed our pupae, undergo a complete metamorphosis, and embrace a new life.
Well, whether it actually works or not, after that speech, Paimon's already sold.
Mr. Rawat, could I ask if you've used this product yourself?
Yes, I did use this product.
Of
In fact, I
course,
looked
I've
like a
tried it
witch
many
before.
times while I was testing it. You can consider me a product ambassador.
Wow, then it's
I'm just out here
work.
trying to. I'm throwing out as many ideas as I
Still,
can
don't
so that if
expect to convince
one of them
you
is
without
right,
blowing my own trumpet.
then I can just say I was
Can I
right
get a
all along.
volunteer from the audience to try it out?
But this Rawat guy is sus for sure.
Paimon volunteers!
Oh! Ah, what an honor! It appears we have a giant of the Fontaine Beauty Association here with us. In that case, Miss Sigewinne, could we seek your most expert opinion on this product?
Sure.
Oh, is that Romaritime flower? They say she's the pickiest user of skincare products in all of Fontaine.
Here you go.
Well, it's very kind to the skin, and the absorption rate is high. Even for Fontaine, this is a first-rate product.
She actually put it on.
Wow, now that's high praise.
I'll take one. Any discounts?
All right. Well, all
I
that
would
remains
not
for me to
trust
say is,
someone
Butterfly Dew is now on
after
sale.
that speech about emerging from a chrysalis.
Think we should buy a bottle too?
You're paying for it yourself.
Of course you bring up Mora. Fine, Paimon will pay out of her own pocket, and even share it with you. There, does that sound fair?
Why do you have
If you're
money?
worried about whether it's the right product for you, well, luckily for us, Sigewinne's here, so we can get an expert consultation.
Sigewinne. I guess I could just remember it as like a winning a siege. Siege win.
It's an honor to receive such high praise from you. To be honest, I was also hoping you might be able to point out some flaws in the
Paimon has a
product so I
pocket.
can keep improving it.
With most skincare products, the pros and cons only become apparent with long-term use. Oh, yeah, this
You think
one
that
has
weird
instant
onesie that she
benefits.
wears has
Improving
pockets?
Skin quality without any obvious side effects. It's one of a kind. Don't worry though, I plan to keep
Okay, real
using
talk,
it,
is
and I'll
is
publish
Paimon wearing
regular
any
reviews
clothes,
and
or is that
updates
just her
on Twitter.
skin?
You can read my thoughts there. All you need to do is subscribe.
Paimon just looks like she's wearing
I was
clothes.
hoping for a more casual conversation, but you are a beauty association leader after all. I understand if you want to keep this professional.
Who even knows what Paimon is?
Oh, excuse us, Miss Beauty Expert.
Do you think it's her
but do you
clothes?
think this product is a good choice for me and him?
I mean, when you see her sleeves, you can't even see like her arm going into the sleeve.
That's right, and by his side, the equally famous Paimon.
Well, I don't normally handle customer questions personally, but since it's the traveler asking, allow me to make an exception. Butterfly Dew is made for all skin types, so no matter who you are, you can rest assured that it will be kind to your skin. If anything, it might be marginally more effective on Fontainian's skin, but other than that, it works the same on everyone.
Why would it work better on Fontainians?
Yes, why would it work better on Fontainians?
In the interests of protecting my trade secrets, I'm afraid I
You
can't
want a quest
answer
about
that, Miss
Paimon? We might eventually.
Alright then, how about a friend discount?
Save yourself the
We'd
trouble.
have some
I'd be greatly honored to have
interesting
both of
lore
you use my
implications
product.
recently.
Here, take 2 bottles for free.
Yay! Paimon's private fund survives!
Private fund.
I can see why you might think that.
She has so
but
many
please don't
unanswered questions. She
misunderstand.
has
This gift is
no
simply a
answered
token of my
questions,
esteem.
actually.
There's no business
Because we
motivation.
never really asked her
To me,
questions.
finding new customers for
Because she
Butterfly Dew is
lost her
meeting
memory.
kindred spirits, fellow admirers of physical beauty. I consider it a labor of love.
Admirers of physical beauty? Eesh, that's embarrassing to say out loud. It sounds so shallow.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, Miss Paimon. Most people claim to desire inner virtue, but it's still physical appearance that turns their heads. This is a fact of life. It's only natural for people to desire to become beautiful.
It's only
That's
natural for
exactly
people
what
to be
inspired me to
shallow.
choose this research direction in the
That's
first
why I
place.
sell beauty
You're
products.
right. Everyone loves beauty, don't they?
Look at the time. My apologies, but I have other things to attend to. I'll leave you with these 2 bottles of Butterfly Dew, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Oh, would you look at the time? And he doesn't have a watch on.
I'd say
He
that
just
you
really
would
wants out of this
traveler would
conversation.
Use this product for now. Why? Is there a problem with it? The
I just
quest
can't
is
believe there's a
fine.
skincare related quest. I think it's gonna be more related to the potion, like the appearance changing potion that Sigewinne was talking about.
that? Researchers are a very special breed of human. You can point out their flaws to their face and they won't mind very much. But if you tell them that someone else could do a better job, ooh, now that'll make them really upset. If I'd mentioned it, he probably wouldn't have given you those 2 bottles for free. Ah, fair enough, that makes sense. If you're interested in the more effective version, I can write up a list of ingredients for you. Just come
Me
get
getting out
once
of
you grab
conversations
them.
at work.
When you say more effective, you mean it'll
It's
make
like,
Paimon even
bring up the knee, it's
prettier?
like, well,
Ooh, how can you say no?
gotta get going. A prettier Paimon. I mean, she's talking about making a more effective version of this skincare product, not perfume,
As for
or
me,
whatever it's called.
it's probably
Not
time
potion.
got
That's
back
what I
to
meant to say. I
Fortress
ruined the
of
joke.
Parakeet. I mustn't leave the infirmary
I need that
unattended
coffee.
for too long. Alright, see you there then!
Alright, let's gather materials. I'm a bit worried that one of them is in the middle of the sea. But I will trust Sigewinne.
Just up ahead, traveler. The ingredients for Sigewinne should be nearby.
She says it like Sigewinne, like a wiener. Sigewinne. I don't know if I can trust her pronunciation.
Born of ice and frost.
Okay. I was like, it didn't drop anything. I always find it funny when, like, we're fighting, or, like, the characters are fighting, and then they just throw out, like, one-liners and stuff. It's like, imagine if you, like, got into a fight on, like, the subway or something, and you're, like, gonna throw a punch, and you're just like, born of ice and flame! This'll finish it! Not gonna lie, you would definitely win that fight. The guy would not want to mess with you. Am I doing, like, no damage? That would be funny. I would definitely watch, like, MMA. If that's how they fought.
Right! That's everything! Let's head to the Fortress of Mirrorpeed!
I mean, that's kind of what pro wrestling is, isn't it? They have, like, special moves and stuff. Like WWE. They have special moves, they have finishers. Yeah, that is what that is, eh? What? Am I fried? How do you call the elevator? Oh, here it is. Okay. I was so confused for a second. I could have just teleported to the correct floor. Wait, did I mess up? Oh. What? It happens sometimes. It happens. It sure does. It's, hopefully it actually called it this time. Yeah, okay. I find it so hard to navigate this place. Everything's just on different levels. And, just finding the correct fast travel point for wherever you're trying to go. I swear my face cam looks worse every stream. You're gonna have to excuse me for a sec. Wasn't it just this? But then why did it tell me to go up the... You're beautiful, thank you. Why did it tell me to go up the elevator? I was referring more to the face cam. The face cam quality. Not myself, but thank you. Yeah, I have no idea why it told me to go up the elevator.
Whoa, the infirmary is packed!
Hacked? There's 2 people here.
Please, you have to believe me. I saw it with my own eyes last night. Another me. He looked exactly like
Sir, that was a mirror.
Okay, I've written down everything you told me. Now, I have a few tests to run. Take a deep breath. and don't
Risley.
worry, it's nothing to be nervous about.
Ria Thessley.
Which finger am I holding up?
your index finger.
Now, which finger am I
I'm telling you,
holding up?
My mental state is fine. I'm not crazy.
Very good. Now, on to the next.
Would have been. I would have pulled for this character if she did that.
Ah, Tutu. Indeed it has. I would offer you some tea, but I'm afraid the timing is unfortunate. Duty calls.
No worries. Actually, we were
His
looking
English
for
voice
Sigewinne.
actor is pretty good.
Do you, know what all of this is about?
This inmate came running to the guards in a panic, claiming to have seen his exact doppelganger.
Yeah, Sigewinne had a
doppelganger?
chance
Doesn't
to.
that just mean someone else kind of looks like
She
him?
missed the chance for a
That's what
golden
I
joke.
thought when the report first reached my desk. But we've inspected our records. No one even vaguely resembles him. Considering how certain he is of what he saw, I can only surmise that he's having some mental issues. So I brought him for a medical evaluation.
All right, very good. Take a sip of water and rest for a bit. Evaluation complete. I couldn't find any symptoms pointing to a physical condition.
I see. So do you still believe there's more likely to be an issue with his mind than his body?
I have to assume so for now. Psychological issues are more difficult to detect. At this stage, we can at least confirm that he is in command of his cognitive faculties.
The rumor mill will go crazy if word of this gets out. Guards, take him to the ward for a period of observation.
Mods, take him to the ward.
The Marechaussee Phantom has requested my cooperation on a case, otherwise I'd deal with this myself. Sorry for the trouble, head nurse, but I'll have to leave this to you.
I'm kind of looking forward to, like, eventually if I have, like,
By the way, we have a couple of
if like
guests here who
the
made
stream
trip
becomes
just to
more
see you.
active and I have like
I
moderators
imagine it
and
must be
stuff.
important. You probably won't
You think
need
the
to add
guy's
them
just
to your
imagining things?
observation list, though.
I'm pretty sure that skincare product is changing people's appearances.
Hey there, Sigewinne!
So he may have actually
That's
seen someone who
important,
looks like him.
But
I'll be in my office if you desperately need me. Goodbye for now.
okay, bye-bye. So, Sigewinne,
Sigewinne.
would you mind waiting for just a moment? I have another patient to see. Just find an empty bed and take a seat. I won't be long. Oh, sure.
Sigewinne, we've brought him. And he seems to have taken a turn for the worse again.
Okay, don't panic. Let's start by sitting him down here.
Chat becoming active is fun.
Paimon had no
Yeah, I
idea
mean,
how
if
busy
I
it can get for
think if I like
Sigewinne.
stick with
Maybe now's not the time to ask
like
for
making
her help.
videos and streaming regularly and stuff like that, I think it'll become more active eventually.
Good point. Besides, it might actually be interesting to observe her at work. Well, this could hurt, so I suggest you take
Good
a deep
luck.
breath first.
Yeah, I mean, I got like a ton of.
Did his face melt? What happened to him?
It's anyone's guess. His face melted off shortly after arriving
Yeesh.
at the fortress.
I wish they
But
showed
since
that.
he's a serious offender, he can't be allowed out for medical treatment. Best we can do for now is ask the head nurse to give him something to manage the symptoms. This is gonna be awkward.
The
We still need to
symptoms of
bring him to
having
the
your
Marechaussee
face melting
Phantom for
off.
Questioning. What if he scares them half to death? Will that be our fault?
The Marechaussee Phantom? Does this have something to do with the case Risley's dealing with?
Yeah, like if I stick with like the YouTube thing and like, because I have a lot of like ideas for like videos to make, and even like more general stuff, not just like Genshin Impact. So I think the next Genshin skit that I'm putting out should be like the last one probably. After that, it's gonna be like more general videos, more general streams. Probably more like. See, the thing about like the videos that I make right now is that like I can't really share that with that many people, and I feel like the audience is kind of limited. So like I have like a video in mind that's like more about like action games and stuff like that. I have like a video in mind that's more about like anime and stuff like that. So it should be fun. And then I think like there's gonna be like a more general audience, and then like I could do more stuff on streams. I really want to like do like event streams where I make like a model kit or something like that, or I could play like Ring Fit Adventure, which I bought specifically for streaming, and just stuff like that. Just like fun like events,
Yep,
and then
it was a huge case. They bagged a few dozen
I
crooks
think we
with
should
one
be good.
fell swoop. And this guy's the baddest apple of the bunch. He harmed countless people. And now, it looks like it's all finally catching up with him.
You done gawking?
Not yet. I need to check the severity of your ulcers to decide the right dosage.
You like my Traveler voice actor video? That one's very short and sweet. Yeah, fun fact about that one actually. Here's a little director's commentary. That video was originally, you know when like a K-pop group has like, you like look at like the image or like the photo of like the entire group and it's like 12 people? I'm just like, what do they do? Like, does everyone just have like one line? Like they come into like the studio, they have like one or two lines and then they just leave. Like, see you guys on the next song. So it was just like, that was the original idea. And it was basically going to be like the same video. But then I'm like, it's not like, I'm mostly going to be playing like video games and stuff. So I kind of like adapted it to more of like a, it was either like Traveler or like Link's voice actor. That would be so awkward. Yeah. It was literally just gonna be like, I would be like the K-pop guy coming into the room, and it's just like, all right, we good to go? All right, you know who it is, yeah. All right, and then he leaves. Because there's just like 11 other people to like sing the rest of the song.
We Melusines have a very different sense of aesthetics from humans. To me, he just looked like a little kitty with slightly scruffy fur, but still just as cute.
Don't patronize me. Do I look like a kid to you? Just give me the meds and let me out of here. I already missed my cell.
Hey, lose the attitude.
Is he even sitting on the
Dare
bed?
talk back to our head nurse like that again? Your days are numbered.
Oh, it's fine.
It looked like he was hovering over the bed.
Now. Tell me if it hurts, alright? Look how nice Sigewinne's being. And he still talks to her like that? What a nasty piece of work.
Can I leave now?
Wow, not a peep. What a brave little guy.
Thank you, Sigewinne.
Does it get a lollipop?
And I apologize for the trouble.
So, Traveler, Paimon, did you bring the ingredients? We did, but we don't want to interfere or anything. You're busy saving lives here. Oh, don't be silly. I agreed to it, didn't I? Just hand me the ingredients, and I'll make some time to whip it into the improved version for you. Take a rest here if you want. Or, if you're not tired, I hear they're holding a new pancreation tournament in the administration area.
That's true. I thought that Sigewinne sounded like those doctors that help kids, yeah. She's kind of like a stereotypical like doctor with a kid. I thought that pancreation thing, that like the fighting arena in this place would have had more of a role.
Right. Let us help you out. It's the
But we kind of just like, we interacted with it once.
Good point. Kind-hearted humans start to develop guilt if they accept free help from others. Don't worry. I'll take a look at my schedule. I'm sure I can find something to treat this condition. I gotta warn you though, it'll be tiring work. So I suggest you take a break first, then come back and see me when you're ready.
Alright. Can I just talk to her right now?
We're ready, Sigewinne. What's our first mission? I found the perfect job for the Traveler. First, I'd like you to lie down in this bed.
And then I want you to close your eyes and then stay here for the next 8 hours.
What for? I need you to pretend to be sick. What?
She just really wants you to get some rest.
Is it that difficult? I thought you did a pretty good job last time. Oh, so you knew. I sure did. He was way more interesting than the usual malingering inmates, and you played along very well, Paimon. I observed you two for quite a while after that. Well, this is awkward. But why do you need us it again now?
No time to explain. My next patient will be here any second. Please just do as I say. You can, pretend like you've got a nasty headache. And throw in some dry heaving for good measure.
Okay.
You know, when I was thinking about like what Sigewinne's quest was gonna be about, melting faces was not on the bingo card.
Hey, Doc, it's me. I'm only here because my mom won't stop pestering me about it.
Why is this kid here?
So annoying.
Observe sounds scary. Yeah, Sigewinne is kind of creepy, honestly.
And she needs is to worry about you being sick as well.
Why is this kid here?
I know. I shouldn't treat the place like a playground. Shouldn't go swimming in the lower levels where we join up with the sea, because it'll give me a cold and distract her from her work. I thought I'd be able to have some fun here at the fortress for a few days, but it's always, don't do this and don't do that.
Alright, sit yourself down and I'll take your temperature. Your fever still hasn't gone down. Well, here's your medicine. 1 cup for starters, and we'll see if it helps.
It's a whiskey.
Doc, it's so bitter.
It's boiling whiskey.
Do I really have to drink it? I mean, I'll be fine, right? I've got an uncle who caught a cold. His fever went away on its own after a couple days. Can't you just write me a note saying I'm on the mend? I just need something to keep my mom off my case.
I sure
It looks
can.
smoky.
You're a very brave boy after all.
Huh? Brave? What makes you say that?
Well, if you want to rely on your own immune system to clear up your fever, then you'll have to tough it out like this guy.
Sorry, I had to do the voice acting there.
Paimon can get you a paper bag.
As long as you're tough enough to get through the nausea and dizziness caused by the high fever, you'll be right as rain after just a few days' rest.
And if I'm not tough enough?
Then you die.
Hey, wake up! Wake up!
Put it this way. At least you'll never have to see the doctor again, right?
True.
I think maybe I'll take that medicine after all, if that's okay.
Oh, of course. Here, it's still warm.
It's so bitter.
All done. Great job, you two.
That kid really doesn't know what's good for him.
His mother's a guard here. She's been working back-to-back shifts lately, but unfortunately his father's away on a business trip right now. She had no choice but to bring her son here for the
I guess that
time
makes
being.
more sense.
He was quite happy at first. He seemed to think that
I thought it was bring your kid to work day,
So you made us
and
put on
the
that
mom is a
act to
prisoner.
scare a kid into taking his medicine? That's a pretty sneaky trick. Seems like there's a whole side to Sigewinne we never knew about.
It's a technique I learned from my teacher.
Oh, you had a
Imagine
teacher?
that.
Was she a Melazine doctor too?
She was human. She passed away a long time ago.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I really liked my teacher, so it's always nice when I get to talk about her with other people. She was a traveling doctor, and since she didn't have a clinic, she'd go out and visit her patients wherever they were. Dealing with the badly behaved ones was her specialty. She used to say, if you can scare the little brats into taking their medicine, you won't have to hear them wailing and screeching when their condition gets worse.
Huh, she sounds like a pretty strict teacher.
Strict? Well, that's not how my teacher saw it. She thought of herself as terrifying to kids.
Strange way for a doctor to describe themselves. Now Paimon's curious to know what she looked like.
As it happens, I actually have a picture of her.
Oh look, it's an old lady NPC. I don't know what I expected.
Oh, wow, yeah, okay, that'll terrify the kids.
Wow, rude.
Yep. All the children she treated thought she was a witch.
A
Why does
witch.
it almost sound like you're envious of her?
Oh,
It comes
because I
full
am.
circle.
If she was here, all the children would take their medicine without any need for tricks.
A doctor who looks like a witch. True, they wouldn't dare try anything funny with her around.
Can't be a coincidence that two characters are described as witches.
It's hopeless. Children
Or
aren't
was it
supposed to
just her teacher
That's
that made her
actually
into a
good thing, you
Melusine?
know?
I mean, made her into a human
My next
looking
patient should be arriving
Melusine.
now. Would you
That
mind
makes a lot
lending
more
me
sense.
hand again?
Sure thing! On to the next mission! Is it nighttime already? That flew by. You really have a
I'm sorry,
busy
but
job,
doing a
Sigewinne.
yawn in the Paimon voice must be actually like painful for your throat.
It was much easier today.
Aw. Should we get some rest? It's getting pretty late.
Oh, there is one last thing. I have to keep it confidential, so I usually leave it till after everyone's clocked out.
Confidential? Are you sure you can tell us?
Must be very skilled.
It's fine.
Honestly, it is.
You're not living here anymore, so it's okay if you know. All it is I have to prepare some ingredients to make healthy meals with.
Like, I am not
Wait,
envious
you mean
of Paimon's
those
voice actors.
Healthy meals?
My patients refuse to eat any healthy meals I prepare in front of them, so I have to prep the ingredients in secret, then let the chef at the Coupon cafeteria handle the rest.
Considering even the chef's version makes people uneasy, it really makes you wonder what's in it.
You want to find out? I can teach you how to make it. That way, if you ever suffer from exhaustion on your future travels, you can prepare a healthy meal for yourself. It's really good for you, you know.
I bet it has quinoa.
Sure? Guess we can help out one more time.
I don't think there's any like healthy food that's really gross.
The ingredients are ready. Now, put them on the table.
Like, I
and
can't
add
really
in the
think of
order I
any.
tell you. First, we add this special slime condensate. Stir it thoroughly.
I mean, bitter melon is technically healthy, and I can't stand that. So maybe that counts.
It looks just like tasty jelly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. Until you remember it's slime condensate.
Next up, xenochromatic crystals. You want to crush them up into a fine powder.
Sigewinne, what are you
like
making?
powdered sugar.
Wait, are those from Fontimer Aberrants? Are you sure they're edible?
Finally, Blue needs
Traveler, we need to
meat.
cook.
Frogs are an excellent choice. You just need to clean their innards, and then you're left with some lovely tender meat.
Oh, frogs.
And we're done. All that's left now is to pack them into lunchboxes and hand them to Walsey. Yesterday in the production zone,
Walsey.
I noticed an inmate who's been working for 2 days straight. That means it's a healthy meal for him tomorrow.
Sigewinne really does have the inmate's best interests at heart.
Imagine you pulled up like a recipe online and it asks for xenochromatic crystals. Like, I don't think they sell that at Whole Foods. Yeah, I have to go down. Stream for 1 hour. Yeah, it's it's been around an hour and a half.
Just the one today. The serial number's on the lid.
I don't know how long the stream is
good.
gonna be.
I'll make
Because
sure
I
it
feel
gets-
like this quest isn't gonna be that long.
Sounds like they're talking in code.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. I only wish I could do more. You work so hard for all our sakes. I'd happily lose a little sleep if it meant helping you out.
That won't do. If you reduce your sleeping hours any further, your health
This quest
will
is
start
like
to
a
suffer.
cycle.
All right. Nurse's orders. I'll do as I'm told. But you
Sorry,
take
I'm
care
just
of
keeping an
yourself,
eye
too.
on the camera. Can't miss that delivery. This quest is like a cycle.
I'm done with work for today. Thanks for helping out, you two.
What really drove me insane was that quest where you're just like stuck in this prison.
In just one day of helping you with your work, it feels like we've done a lot for the
It really
Fortress.
felt like it really makes you feel like you're stuck in a prison.
I'm sorry to disturb you this late at night, but I think you'll agree, this is urgent.
This guy's voice sounds interesting.
Okay, just relax and catch your breath. What's the matter?
The guard at the observation ward, Odilon, he told me to pass on a message to you. One of the inmates there, the guy suffering from possible hallucinations, well, he seems to have made a sudden recovery, and now he wants to apply for permission to leave the ward.
Huh?
Hmm.
Already?
I feel like his voice is very
You were right to
familiar,
tell me. I'll have
but
to
I can't put my
examine him
finger
and
on
make
it.
sure he's well before we discharge him.
Looks like we've got one job as medical assistants left. We'll come with you.
Yeah, that quest where you were like stuck in this prison, that drove me insane. It was such a like it was such a repetitive, like uneventful quest. I'm really glad I didn't do that one on stream. Or did I? No, I don't think I did.
Ah, head nurse, you're finally here. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused you, but I believe I've now made a full recovery. After giving it some thought, I'm sure that I was probably just seeing things. It's stress-related, I imagine. I'd been working long hours, so I
He's
definitely
been
wasn't
replaced.
in the best state of mind.
Oh, she's a nurse?
Totally understand.
You're just getting that now?
I have to give you an examination before I can discharge you, okay?
Yeah, she's a doctor here.
Don't be nervous. It'll be the exact same procedure as we did this morning.
You didn't know that this entire time?
Again, so sorry.
Didn't you mention it earlier when I was like doing the test run?
Recall anything. Would you mind taking me through it again?
Oh, not at all. It's a lot to remember. First up, we have a little cognitive test. Just concentrate and you'll be fine. To start with, which finger am I holding up?
Your pinky.
Alright, all indicators seem normal.
So it was a stress-induced hallucination after all?
Well, we've certainly had previous cases of mental illness caused by overwork, which is why I carefully observe everyone in the production
You were just
zone.
making guessing. Now your guess is
I
correct.
wonder how I managed
Yeah.
to miss the signs this time.
Please, head nurse, you shouldn't blame yourself. I'm just still adapting, that's all. Pushed myself too hard, and I guess I couldn't take it. Thanks for looking after me. I'll be as good as new after a good night's sleep. And if you can give me the okay, I know I'll sleep better back in my good old dorm.
It can be difficult to relax in an unfamiliar environment. Alright then, you can leave the ward.
I'm just thinking like I was right all along. He imagined things. I think the guy that looks like him, because he was like saying that there was someone running around looking like him. I think that guy replaced him. I think this is the doppelganger. That's my guess. But I was just gonna say like, what if what if you had like a surgery coming up, like brain surgery or something, and they're just like, and this is who's operating on you. This is who you see walking in. Would you be scared? I think I would be scared.
I suggest you take 2 days off to focus on your recovery.
That would be so scary.
For now, so you're officially discharged.
Great. I can't thank you enough, head nurse.
Mr. Odilon, could you escort him back?
Of course.
I'm on guard duty in the administrative.
She just brings out her like comically large syringe.
You have my word.
All right, time to put you under. You're in good hands.
Guess you're finally done for the day now, huh?
Yep.
It's like, bro, look at my doctor. I'm gonna die.
I haven't gotten around to making that improved lotion for you yet.
Look at my surgeon.
Oh, no rush. Seriously, it's super late now. You should go get some rest too.
Well, tomorrow it is then. Good night, Traveler. Good night, Paimon. Hope you sleep well.
Oh, don't you worry. We will. After a productive day of work, we're both gonna sleep like a log.
How much work did we even do? We gathered 2 ingredients, we pretended to be sick, and then we just followed her around.
See you tomorrow.
Wait until, yeah, it even, the quest name is even switcheroo, so I think I'm on the right track. They bring this company. I have to, what was it, until 8? 8.
Paimon really did sleep like a log.
Oh, okay. For some reason I thought it was in like the actual infirmary. No, this is the ward. That's the infirmary. I really wish this game had infinite stamina outside of combat, like how Wuthering Waves did.
Oh, how is the infirmary even busier than yesterday?
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. I have a few people here for a checkup, so you might need to wait for a while.
No problem. Anything we can do to help?
There's a bit of a complicated situation here. I'm still getting to the bottom of it myself.
You have to believe me. I'm telling the truth.
Gascon.
You're in a medical facility. Keep it down.
Please, listen to me. I'm not Gascon. I'm Uy.
You're a horrible liar, you know that? We get all your mugshots with the arrest warrants. It's clear as day that you're Gascon.
You mean because of the way I look? I don't know what happened. I just woke up like this. Then you guys dragged me in here for an interrogation.
I brought you here to figure out what's going on. If you truly are the victim of an injustice, yelling isn't going to achieve anything.
So,
at most, it'll delay your vindication.
are they using that skincare product?
I get it.
This is nuts. Yesterday's interrogations went fine, and now this.
Are they like swapping out prisoners?
Your Grace, what's going on?
Remember the case I mentioned yesterday? The one brought to me by the Marachose Phantom? Well, we've been questioning the inmates involved this morning. Every single one of them is claiming mistaken identity.
Huh. That's even weirder than what that guy was saying yesterday.
The thing is, none of them have been able to provide any evidence whatsoever to support their claims. Questioning them further got us nowhere, so for now, we've brought them to the infirmary.
And we thought yesterday was as busy as it got for Sigewinne.
We've compiled their statements. Have a look. Perhaps there's something we missed.
Who's this Paton I'm honor? Or honore? There's that ring floating on Paimon's head. I think it's like a crown or something. Again, once again, is it part of her clothes? Or is it part of her actual body? We don't know. I'd applied to go out and see a doctor, but when I woke up, I was in another cell. Not Gascon, I'm Uy. Today would have been the final day of my sentence, so I should have gone free. I'm Eric, why does stuff like this always happen to me? Now there's no way my release paper... Yeah, they're just swapping out prisoners.
Wait.
Release? Interesting. The inmates they spoke of in their statements appear to all be due for release today.
I noticed that too. If that's their plan, they're underestimating us a little. Every serious offender claims that there's someone else who just so happens to be due for release today. And they're expecting us to go along with that.
All the more reason to be cautious. Lumberzar, check the release list for today and make sure no one gets processed. We're gonna need an excuse, though. Just say we're out of forms, and that we're furiously printing
Just say
more
the
as we
printer's
speak.
jammed.
I'm on it.
It's conceivable that our group of serious offenders somehow found a way to switch places with inmates who are about to be released, so they can walk out right under our noses.
Sorry, I was just like imagine having your sentence extended because the printer is jammed and they can't print your release form.
We did consider that possibility. But I mean, just look at them. They match the warrants, period. How could there have been a switch?
Only if they're dead ringers for the inmates due for release, I suppose. I gave you that name list yesterday to assist in your investigation. Did that help?
Yes, the inmates' mugshots were attached to the list. The first thing I did was check for lookalikes, and I didn't find any. The only other thing that stands out to me is that their voices sound a little different today. But it's not exactly hard to put on a fake voice.
Oh, really? What does our
She's
head nurse
belittling
make of all
voice
this?
actors.
Give me a moment. I think I have a way to confirm whether there's been a switch. I know, it's not time to change your dressing yet, but please bear with me.
Huh? Isn't that the guy from yesterday?
This should be Honore. He has very severe facial ulcers, which require an operation in the hospital at the Court of Fontaine. I authorized him to leave the fortress for medical treatment under guarded escort.
Yes, like I told you. I'm not Putton. I'm Honore.
So there has been a swap. Well, I can see what happened in Potton's case, but how do you explain the other inmates? You're not telling me their souls switched bodies, are you?
No, I believe it was their faces that got switched. The method is a bit like replacing a tooth. Take the bad tooth out, put a false one in.
They have face surgery.
And actually, I think I can prove it to you.
I mean, they
Traveler,
introduced those
do
like
you remember Eric from the other day?
Yeah, sure do.
they introduced this idea of potions that change your face pretty early.
To start with, please fetch the inmate.
So it's almost like
who claims to
definitely
be
what it
Eric.
is. Find the suspect who claims to be Eric. What? I don't know why the quest area is this.
Looks like our head nurse is relying on you.
Well, we got that testimony. Let me check that. So many. The traveler needs to get like a file folder or something. Talk to all the patients. I will in a sec. Oh, this is just what I read before. Okay.
So, you're Eric?
None of them were saying anything, so I figured I was wasting my time.
You do believe me, right?
I need to do another examination on you. Same procedure as yesterday.
All right. It's the cognition test first, right? So I need to concentrate.
Now, try to recall if you can. The last time we did this test, which finger did I hold up?
I believe it was your index finger.
But that means...
There was a second Eric.
Huh?
So, basically, last night, the Eric who said he saw another him suddenly recovered and applied to leave the observation ward. Sigewinne did another test before letting him leave, but that time, she held up her pinky finger.
Huh? I don't know about any test last night. There was nothing to do in the observation ward, so I went straight to bed. Then I somehow woke up in a high-security cell.
Well, in that case, there is a reasonable explanation for the strange events of the past 2 days.
So, what exactly happened?
The gang of serious
Wow, so
offenders
strange.
wanted to break out of prison. So
It
they
comes across as
identified
like
scapegoats,
sarcastic.
namely inmates whose terms were almost up, and planned to switch appearances with them. Last night, when Odilon was on duty, they ambushed him and had one of their group switch appearances with him using their face-swapping method. That allowed them to avoid scrutiny from the other guards. Then, once all the other inmates were asleep, Odilon spent his night shift carrying out the remainder of their switcheroo plan. However, they made one mistake. Henri changed his appearance to match Eric's earlier than he should have done, and ended up being spotted by the real Eric. Real Eric came to the guards for help, but we didn't know then what we know now. So we put it down to hallucination and sent him to the observation ward. However, since one of the gang members was posing as
Risel's
a
got this all
guard,
figured out.
they simply changed real Eric's appearance and had their Eric take his place, muddying the waters even further.
Right, because I put Eric on the observation list by then, and no inmates on that list can be processed for departure until I've discharged them.
Hence why the imposters had to pull that little stunt to get fake Eric off the list.
Yeah, it all makes sense now. The Duke cracked the case.
Well,
Aside
I
from-
can't fault the reasoning. But I'm afraid that we ruled out the possibility of face switching very early on in this process.
Aside from the fact that we don't know the
facial
face
appearance
switching
to commit
process
crimes is nothing new.
officially.
In fact, one of the explicit duties of the Malazines in the Marachose Phantom is to identify criminals in disguise. We carefully examined all the suspects, and there is no evidence that any means of disguise were used in this case.
Imagine if Sigewinne got switched.
How do we explain all this?
Oh, she was
So
the first to
far,
use like a
it seems more likely
face-changing
that the gang stole
potion.
documentation belonging to the inmates
She used
due
the
for
product
release,
too.
and
Yeah,
are using
that
that
is
to
true.
commit identity fraud.
Actually, there is a potion that can completely change someone's appearance. If they use that, even a Melazine wouldn't be able to detect it.
A shape-shifting potion?
Forgive me, head nurse, but this is the first time I'm hearing about it. If such a potion truly exists,
I mean, I think it
would
only
jeopardize
changes
our
the
entire
face though.
investigative process at the Marachose Phantom.
So like, I don't
certain
think
of this?
somebody else would be able to pull off Sigewinne's look.
Please, trust me in my professional opinion as an experienced clinician.
At the same time, without any solid evidence, it's pure speculation. If we can round up all the inmates suspected of switching places, then have a little talk with both sides, we might just get our answer. Yep, let's do that.
Okay. Well, it was our negligence that meant we had to come and conduct these post-internment interrogations. And I know it's put you out. We'll do it your way.
Your Grace, bad news. I paused the releases like you asked, but we were too late. A bunch of people already got processed 2 hours ago. I checked the list, and sure enough, it's all the people who gave statements.
2 hours ago? That's before today's interrogations began. They had this all planned out.
Got a man on the inside.
So there really was a switch after all. They really pulled the wool over our eyes on this one.
We should be able to catch up with them if we leave now, right?
Not if that potion is real. They can just switch faces again after leaving the fortress. And if the Marachose's Melazines can't even spot them, we wouldn't know where to start searching.
Yikes! So we're at a complete dead end!
Well, technically there is one more lead we could follow up on. We were only able to arrest this gang thanks to the help of a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. I believe his name is Rawat.
Oh? Rawat? Isn't that the handsome guy we met at
The
that
handsome
skincare
guy.
promotion?
Handsome? Maybe from a human point of view. I just remember that he specialized in potions. One of the crimes this gang is charged with is the manufacture and
looks like
sale
anyone
of
else.
illicit drugs. According to Mr. Rawat, they appear to have stolen technology he developed through his research and used it in their operation. At first, he thought it was a typical case of intellectual property infringement, and he tried to negotiate with them. But once he discovered their criminal operation, he reported them to the authorities. Thanks to his report, we were able to swoop in and arrest them all in
Look at
one
that
go.
ray tracing on the floor.
What a hero! Bet that took courage on his part.
No doubt. This is
Actually, I'm
worth
pretty sure
following
that's
up
just
on.
normal
As
reflections.
the one who snitched on them, it's highly likely that Rawat
To be honest, I
targeted
still
by
don't
TCPs.
understand like what ray tracing even does,
Aside,
really.
Since he's negotiated with them in person,
It just makes
before,
light look a
there's
bit better,
chance
I
he'll have
guess.
some additional information for us.
Understood, Your Grace. My team and I will head to the Fontaine Research Institute right away. In the meantime, please keep an eye on the face switch victims for us.
Of course.
Miss Morgan, I'd like to come along and help you catch these criminals.
Huh? Why's that?
Well, I'm the one who discharged the fake Eric last night, so I feel partly responsible.
Don't say that, head nurse. Your focus was on the inmates' health, and rightly so. We can't ask you to help with arresting criminals. That's our duty.
I also have a more personal reason. Cotton is a patient of mine, and if I don't get a new batch of medicine to him in time, his condition will get much worse.
Look, head nurse, I completely understand where you're coming from. But arresting criminals is dangerous business. And if anything happened to you, none of us can afford to take on that responsibility.
Don't worry, I can defend myself just fine.
Pulls out a
You say
Glock.
that, but still.
Pulls out a Desert
If
Eagle.
I may, Miss Morgan, Sigewinne is the one who raised the potion hypothesis, and I'm sure she has far more expertise on the topic than your team. My suggestion would be to bring her with you. And if you really are worried for her safety, then...
And I'm sure the Traveler can help you out. You need to go now? Yeah, for sure.
There you go, right on cue.
It's getting kinda late.
Count on you.
I mean, not really, it's only 10, but yeah, thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for giving me company.
Since this plan has the Duke's blessing,
Yeah, have a good night,
far be it
Tommy
from me to
12.
refuse. We should head off immediately. Time is of the essence.
I hope to see you next week when we play Zenless Zone Zero for the first time. Alright, let's catch those criminals. Let's catch those crims. Yeah, you just pick it, right? Yeah. Good night. Good night. Alright, let's, we're right here already.
Sorry to impose, but I'm afraid we're here on urgent business. And we're gonna need you to cooperate.
The Marechaussee Phantom. Let me guess, you're investigating some more illegal research?
Not this time, no. We're looking for a researcher. Do you know where we might find Mr. Rawat?
Rawat.
Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Handsome.
Mr. Handsome, right?
Does everyone call
he
him
actually
that?
doesn't work on site here very often. There's a handful of researchers in the nearby area who know him pretty well, though. You can see what they know.
Just a handful? Paimon figured he'd be the most popular guy around.
Well, I guess you could say he's popular, at least on a superficial level. He's blessed with good looks, so he tends to make a good first impression on people.
I mean, we all know that, like, he changed
But in
his
all
looks.
his time here at the Fontaine Research Institute, I don't think he's ever had a single deep conversation about his research with his peers. That's no way to make real friends around here.
That's so weird. He definitely didn't come across like a recluse at that product promotion.
I don't find that weird at all. He definitely didn't strike me as the kind of guy who's good at making friends.
He didn't strike me as the kind of guy who has friends.
Paimon couldn't tell. Must be a Melusine perception thing.
Okay, we should talk with his acquaintances. But we also need to check the Research Institute for any clues. Let's split up. It'll save us some time.
Sure thing. We'll go ask around among the other researchers with Sigewinne. Paimon's suddenly kind of curious to know what everyone really thinks of him.
Yeah, let's hear about how not suspicious he is. Oh, they're all the way out there. Did this place always have NPCs? I feel like I've been here before, and it was just completely empty.
Hey there, are you in Teeb?
What do you want?
What do you want?
We're here to
See,
ask
I could be a
about
voice
Reward.
actor.
Any idea where he might be? We were told you were pretty close with him.
Close? Not sure that's the word I'd use. He wouldn't even let me use his patent.
Huh?
It's been a good few days since I last saw him. I don't know where he's at. Go ask someone else.
Would the patent in question happen to be related to the new skincare product he developed?
Yeah, kinda. Butterfly dew, or whatever he calls it. I heard he made a tidy sum off of that one.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Keep going.
Most of the other researchers here focus on mechanics, energy, stuff like that. I get why he wouldn't be interested in having anything to do with them, but I'm studying coatings. There's a huge overlap in our areas of research. Why would he refuse to work with me? I bought his product once, and noticed it contains a unique substance that might have applications in coatings, too. If it worked out, I could probably make as much as he's making. Don't get me wrong. I had no intention.
Not sure what he means by working on
I was
coatings.
hoping to get official permission to use his findings in my own research. Followed the proper procedure. It was all above board. I would have had to pay him a license fee and everything. But despite that, he turned me down not once, not twice, but 3 times. It's like he's vehemently opposed to the idea of anyone else making the kind of money he does.
Huh, so is Rawat antisocial, or is this guy just jealous? Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get any info about Rawat's whereabouts from him. Let's go.
Wait, 1 second. Mr. Antib, next time you go shopping, you should buy some Buell fruits. Peel the skin, steep in water, then drink. It'll help.
Huh?
Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to...
yeah.
I didn't mean to skip that. Bird. I don't know why they put like so much effort into the birds in this region. Just very randomly.
Excuse us, are you Audrey?
That's me.
I mean, I'm glad they did.
What is
Before that, we only had like pigeons and
Rawat? We're trying to find out where he is.
super like tiny birds.
Close friends? You mean because I told him I had feelings for him once? I doubt I'm the first or last at the Institute to make that mistake. Why would you single me out as a close friend? I should have known, really. Men like him, they just enjoy being surrounded by fun.
I don't think we're getting any details out of
I'm
her.
not interested in a serious relationship.
Okay. We were just kind of wondering if you might know where we can find him.
Why would I know where he's at? I barely know him, and he probably doesn't even remember me.
Ugh, this is getting annoying. Shall we go ask someone else?
I think she knows Rawat better than she cares to admit. If we leave now, it might be a wasted opportunity.
Maybe, but we're not going to get much out of her while she's in this state, are we?
She's displaying symptoms common among people in love, if that's what you mean. But I know a cure.
It's curable?
I found a cure for love.
Still no closer to finding Mr. Rawat. Oh, by this point, he could be in grave danger.
Danger? Wait, why are you looking for him again?
Oh, that's right, yeah! The Marashose Phantom said that he's been targeted by some pretty bad people. We need to make sure he's safe.
What? How has this happened? He seemed fine when I last saw him, and that was only a couple of days ago.
Was there any like lore explanation for like the giant floating cubes in the background? Because I may have missed that.
On where he might be right now?
Okay, but this is purely out of concern for his safety. If he's not at the Institute, he might be at his mother's place. I heard she raised him alone, that they had it pretty tough financially, and these days she's housebound due to illness. He makes regular trips back home to check on her.
Oh, okay. Do you know the address?
Nope, sorry. I only found out the thing about his mother because it came up in conversation once. I was just trying to find out more about him, you know, so I could get to know him better. When I told him I had a crush on him, I offered to help him take care of his mother. And yeah, maybe that was a stupid idea, but did he really have to yell at me for it? It's like, fine, I can take no for an answer, but what's
Very
with the
suspicious.
temper tantrum? Unbelievable. These guys only want to show you their charming, well-groomed exterior. They can't stand it when a few home truths shine through.
Looks like her love syndrome is flaring up again.
We need to find out Mr. Rawat's mother's address. Let's check with the Marechaussee officers when we regroup.
Cool, sounds like a plan.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was just lying. Just like a tutorial. I gotta get that one gem. Use elemental reactions to freeze this creature and use shatter, melt, or other elemental reactions to break the ice. I like how in the second picture he's just like completely folded. I feel bad for anyone who has to gather these beetles. By anyone, I mean probably just like Risley users. Where am I going? Oh.
Sorry to bother you, sir, but are you
Oh, there's a beetle right there.
Who's asking?
just some concerned citizens helping out the Marechaussee Phantom with an investigation? We'd like to ask you about Rawat's whereabouts, if that's okay. We're told the two of you are pretty close.
Not anymore, we're not. Turns out we don't see eye to eye.
Oh yeah? What happened?
The thing about us researchers is, most of us do what we do for some sort of higher purpose. But not Rawat. All he cared about was how to commercialize his
All
findings.
he cared about was
He
money.
won't even let you work with him
Not
unless
like
you
the
sign
rest of us
confidentiality
researchers.
agreement first. Also, he has better control over who gets which intellectual property rights. How are you supposed to get any meaningful research done working with a guy like that? Now that I've got my own technical solution for my compressor, I don't need to work with him anymore.
So that's what Rawat is really like.
We'd still like to know where to find him. Is that something you can help us with?
Wait, you're... Yeah, I know you. You're the head nurse at the Fortress of Meripede. Alright, then I'm happy to help you if I can. I respect the work you do. Medicine serves the highest purpose of all the sciences.
Does this light look better?
Sigewinne's got some real
Maybe.
clout.
Thing is,
She's
I
got
have no
real
way of
clout.
knowing where he might be. I stopped working with him 2 months ago, and I've barely
Oh,
seen
this
him
looks too
since.
blue.
But if you want my advice, I'd say go talk to the peddlers.
That's
There's
fine.
a few he meets with every other day or so. Maybe they know where he's at.
Peddlers?
Yeah, back when I was working with him, I noticed he met with them quite often. Wouldn't surprise me if they were involved in some shady business together. Because it
This
seemed
seems
they
like the
went out of
best
their way
info
to
we've
avoid
gotten so
discussing
far.
anything in my presence.
Maybe he went to
The
visit
little I
his mother.
overheard was about
Where does his mother
manufacturing
live?
and
I don't
selling
know.
pharmaceutical drugs. Like I said, he's all about the money.
Drugs? Doesn't he work with skincare products? Do those count as drugs?
I think they do.
Who knows? I never cared to find out. He's the morgue rubber, not me.
Thank you. You've given us plenty to work with.
Welcome. Goodbye, and may we both reach new heights in our scientific endeavors.
Well, that's all three researchers. Let's head back to the meetup.
I had my eye on this beetle the entire time. How does this work again? I need one of these. Ah, yes, I see. Oh, that's the thing about Genshin Impact. Introducing like a dozen new puzzles every time a new region comes out, or even a new area. I'm just gonna fast travel. I have no pride. whenever you go back to like an area you haven't been in a long time, and you try to do the puzzles there, it's like, I don't remember how any of this works.
It's such a surprise to learn that his peers have a different impression of him.
So, what's your view of him now, Paimon?
A handsome researcher whose difficult upbringing turned him into a profit chaser with a chip on his shoulder?
So your thoughts about his appearance haven't changed at all?
Well, his looks are kind of a big deal. At least in Paimon's opinion. How did such a handsome guy end up being so antisocial? Even with his difficult family background, it just doesn't make any sense.
You can't judge a person solely based on their appearance.
Head nurse. Traveler. I assume you've spoken with the researchers. What did you find out?
Bertram mentioned Rawat's involvement with some pharmaceutical merchants. Do you know if he's registered any pharmaceutical brands?
Since he was a whistleblower on such a huge case, I ran a background check on him. I don't remember there being any brands under his name.
How strange. If he was so focused on commercializing his research and averse to sharing his technology with others, why
It's
wouldn't
because
he
he's
register
committing
his own
crimes.
brands? Maybe he and his business partners needed to avoid public scrutiny?
You think he may have colluded with the gang? Well, the crime was manufacture and sale of drugs, and that would certainly be in his wheelhouse. We can't rule it out.
Isn't that pretty unlikely, though? He was the one who blew the whistle.
Yeah, that's what I'm not getting. Wait, yet.
Most children who come to me with tooth decay have suffered pain for a long time already, but they'll still try to hide the fact that they eat too many sweets. Grown-ups and children aren't so different in that regard.
If you say so.
I saw him when he came to make his report, and I certainly didn't get the feeling that he was the type to collude with criminals. Perhaps it's more likely that they were coercing him. You mentioned that he comes from a poor family. So, it's possible that the criminals approached him, asking for academic support, luring him in with the promise of riches. By the time he discovered who they really were, he was in too deep. They had leverage on him, so he was forced to keep working for them. I've seen it happen many times before.
That does make
7 times, as a matter of
It
fact.
would definitely explain why he was so unwilling to cooperate with his fellow researchers. No wonder he's so unsociable. He must be on edge all the time with a gang of crooks breathing down his neck.
In that case, the situation could be worse than we thought. If Rawat was working with the escaped inmates, they're sure to know more about his whereabouts than us. Oh, there's a good chance they'll get to him before we do.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, he was last seen 2 days ago. If no one's seen him since, maybe we're...
I don't know why.
2 days ago? So he went missing right after that product promotion.
That was the same day he reported the criminals too.
Like, whenever like a lot of the NPCs and stuff, they have like an S sound, it's always distorted. And I wonder if it's just like...
Since he disappeared right after blowing the whistle,
Maybe a lot of the NPCs and stuff, they're just like voiced by people who like
He must have been worried that they'd come
record
for him.
from home or something.
All the more reason
And maybe
to
that
find
like
him as soon as
audio isn't
possible.
processed properly.
The only lead we have at the moment is his mother's house, which you mentioned earlier.
It just stands out to me a lot. I feel good.
See,
I've pointed it out
give him
before, I think.
Yep. When you register a brand, the Court of Fontaine requires you to provide a legal address. The one Rawat wrote down was in the outskirts of the city. That should be the place.
Like, it actually hurt when she said city.
then there's no time to lose. Let's move.
Okay, well, we know where his mom lives now, allegedly. But I'm guessing it's just the den of criminals. His mom is just a gang, maybe. That's my guess. Bird. I love how I still run after, like, the crystal flies. Even though, how many do I have now? Am I looking in the right spot? Is this food? No, this is... Oh yeah, here it is. 594. I remember back when I was like scrounging up crystal cores just to have enough.
All right, this should be the house. I'm pretty sure this was the address.
Okay, I'll knock.
It's the police! Open up!
Sounds like whoever's inside has restricted mobility. Oh, it seems serious. Oh, what's the fastest way to get this door open?
Break the door down?
No, I'll handle it. Let the expert deal with it. There'll be a mountain of paperwork if we damage a citizen's property.
She just has like a Skyrim pickpocketing, lock-picking minigame. She's doing it right now.
Down, deep breaths. Remember your training. Control your strength.
She broke like 7 lockpicks.
It's open.
Seath, take a few people and lie in wait. Keep your eyes peeled for any activity around the house. The Traveler, head nurse, and I will go inside.
Imagine if it was just a domain in here. It's just like several thousand square feet.
Oh, there. On the bed, there's an old lady. That's gotta be Rawat's mother, right? She doesn't look like she's in any state to be answering our questions, though.
We could try, but
You know, they've
she is very
actually
ill.
animated her breathing. I'm surprised.
Well,
Like you
look
can
like
see her
Rawat's
chest
here.
moving.
She's the only one we can talk to.
Yep. Allow me. Hello, ma'am. Might
Hey,
I ask
hey,
if you're
wake
Rawat's
up.
mother? We are trying to locate him.
Rawat. We're trying to find Rawat. Like, what if she was just really aggressive?
Hard of hearing, perhaps. Does anyone have a picture of Rawat?
I have one here.
I'd like to show you a photo, ma'am.
I mean, that's probably not even what he looks
Is
like
this your son?
anymore. He probably changed his face.
Looks like this isn't gonna work after all.
Well, looks like we're out of leads. If Rawat's not here, things are looking very bad for him.
Those are some very long pauses.
Possible he could have avoided returning here because he knew he'd be in danger?
Maybe. But if so, where do we look next? Maybe we should take another look at the Institute.
That is a giant bottle of hot sauce on her left.
I suggest we all return
Oh,
there
it's
now.
covered by the face cam. Oh,
We
that's a
found good
shame.
amount of useful information the first time. But perhaps there's something we missed. This is our last hope.
Sorry, officer, but could I stay here for a while? This patient requires some care.
Of course. Traveler, stay with the head nurse. You're technically here
That
as
bottle
her
on the
assistant
left.
after all.
That's what I was referring to.
Also, I'd like some Marechaussee members to stay as well, and keep an eye on the area.
Why's that?
If Rawat knows how serious his mother's condition is, he will return.
Got it. Okay. I'll tell the squad members in hiding to stay put and keep a lookout.
What if that was just ketchup and mustard on the left?
Again, Traveler and Paimon.
No problem. But when you say her condition is serious, do you mean...
Yes. She's barely clinging on to life.
Oh.
Let me take care of a few things first. Could you pass me the towel over there?
Yeah, of course.
Paimon turns around. All you hear is... I don't know if the mic even picked that up. It's like, well, I guess we don't have to take care
I
of
can
her.
tell that her family has tried a lot of different treatment methods, including some very expensive medicines. Unfortunately, Her condition is so multifaceted that a recovery looks all but impossible.
Sigewinne. Paimon bets being a nurse must be pretty tough at times like this.
Yes. It makes me a little sad. In a Melizine's eyes, a human's birth, aging, sickness, and death are as much a part of natural law as sunrise and sunset. But human medicine
That's true,
can't
she's
apply
probably
that
like
law to
super
some
old.
extent. In that sense, it is a science of miracles. That is why I became fascinated with it in the first place. But it was only after I truly became a doctor that I realized miracles don't always happen. Even the greatest doctors cannot cure all diseases.
Sigewinne.
Well, don't worry about me, Paimon. A doctor's duty is not to cure all diseases, but to treat whatever ailments they can. At the very least, I can lower her fever. That way she'll suffer less, and she might even be able to see her son.
Yeah. All the more reason to find Rawat as soon as possible, even if we don't catch those crooks.
Oh, her fever is getting worse. Could I get some hot water?
Sure, we're on the case.
Could I get some hot water? Sigewinne just makes some tea for herself. Thanks, I get so stressed out when my patients are dying. Why is there an exclamation mark here? Oh, it's for Bennett. The reason I can't get Bennett to C6 is just because I use him on, I use him to buff Eula. So, I need it to be physical damage.
I'll take care of her.
This is... The way into the underground lab is written down on the journal. It's left of that tiny lake. It's not what I meant to do.
Found the hot water?
Sure did. And look what else we found. Judging by this journal, it seems like Rawat has a private lab. There's a good chance he could be there right now. We gotta go tell Officer Morgan right away.
Oh, that's great news. But hold on just a moment. The wet towel is ready. I'm giving you another injection. Are you feeling better now?
I'll take that as a yes. And job well done, Sigewinne.
Bring him back. Please hang in there.
Thank you.
Alright, it's all the way over here. I don't even have this fast travel point yet. Okay, let's make that a priority. I'm gonna grab that first and then we'll go to the marker. That look like a cave or something? What is that? What is this actually? That looks like something for another time. Let's just grab this fast travel point. You know how, like, where is it? You know how we have this boss? the Icewind Suite where it's like the two dancing robots. This is the store brand version. Okay, are these?
Let's get it on.
No, these aren't. These aren't local legends. Okay, I thought I was about to get cooked.
They're dead meat.
I should have used a Ganyu's ult. Oh, it didn't matter, I killed him anyway. Hello, MAA. Welcome back. You're back for now. I mean, you're in the same time zone as me, so, you might be going to bed soon. But how has your week been, MAA? I haven't asked. Looks like there's some sort of congregation over here. It's not much of a... I mean, it's underground, I guess. Oh, and these are all the police. You don't remember what happened this week? Same. When you get older, everything's just a blur.
We came as soon as we heard the news. I can't
What about you?
believe we were so
I mean,
careless.
I uploaded that
The
video.
most crucial information of all was hiding right there, in that room. And we missed it.
Don't blame yourself. Right now, we need to focus on finding a way in.
There's a mechanical door over here. Hopefully the instructions in Rawat's journal will help us open it.
Yeah, not much this week, I don't think. Good job on your new video. Thank you. It performed surprisingly well.
It's open. Let's
And
go in.
it turned out better than I thought it would, to be honest. I was completely going to sort of like throw away that idea because I didn't think it was that funny. Alright, let's go to his personal lab. But, you know, I'm glad people enjoyed it. I didn't really look at her animations. Wait, she can fly? Oh, she's like a Cupid character. I get it. Which is, but that's still kind of weird because she's a doctor. Okay, it's just 3.
How did they get in here? Captain, up ahead! Those look like our fugitives!
Oh, they found this place
Can you
too?
mark multiple or just
Don't let
one?
any of them escape. Do your worst.
Oh, it jumps from one to the other. Interesting.
Don't slip and fall.
This doesn't have a... Oh, if you have it held, then it puts out bubbles. It's funny. So there's a lot of bubbles just lingering here.
We shall prevail.
My hammer.
Lots off.
Is everyone else dead? Okay. That's the thing about Dea's ult. It's kind of hard to see where you're aiming.
The wrong test subject.
The freaking test subject thing. I played in Japanese, so I don't usually hear it.
Captain, according to our list, many of the fugitives aren't accounted for. There may be others hiding deeper inside the facility.
So these guys were just the lookout crew.
The Marashose Phantom. How did they find this place?
Wait, it's that guard from the fortress.
That's right, I'm on your side. I mean, the Duke sent me. What's the matter? Some sort of mix-up?
Mr. Odilon, didn't I tell you a few days ago that you need to stop all field work until you've recovered?
I mean, he had his face swapped, I'm guessing.
Ah, well, you know, gotta help His Grace out. Share the load.
Officer Morgan, this man is an imposter. The real Mr. Odilon has no recent health issues.
Damn. Exposed. Con in 4K.
What? But I...
Looks like the head nurse was right about the face-swapping method. Arrest them all! DuPont,
Eject him,
stay
he's
here
the
and keep
imposter.
guard. And watch the exit. If we're not back soon, call for reinforcements.
Got it.
Man, they really might actually do this delivery at 12 a.m. For anyone who's who missed the explanation at the beginning, I have like the door camera on my phone just sitting here because like there's supposed to be a delivery anywhere between like 8 p.m. and 12 a.m., which is very bizarre. But it hasn't shown up yet. So it might actually, because right now it's almost 11. If you see me, like, having to quickly hit BRB and run out, then that's your explanation. Because it likely has to be, like, signed for. I don't know why I'm, like, looking for secrets. I've been playing Elden Ring, just, like, on a new playthrough, not, like, the DLC or anything.
So many jars. Was this some sort of production facility?
And I've been just, like, looking for secrets everywhere when I play that.
It's probably the ingredients used to make butterfly dew.
The ingredients to make butterfly dew, and you just see, like, sewage and, like, horse feet.
Empty. Did it sell so well that he ran out of supplies?
How strange. Why would Rawat choose to manufacture a popular product like that in such a difficult-to-reach location, given our suspicion that he may have been coerced into the illegal drug trade? I would have thought that any production facility we find here would be used for illicit purposes.
Perhaps butterfly dew is itself an illegal drug.
Do you have any evidence for that claim?
No, just a guess. We need to find Rawat as soon as possible. He has all the answers we need.
Understood. Well, let's not linger here. Let's go. Come on.
Alright. Yeah, I don't see anything else here. I mean, I shouldn't, like, be gathering this stuff. Even though I'm pretty sure I have, like, more weapon upgrade materials than I'll ever need.
Look like we're gonna get this door open. Let's find another way around.
I haven't pulled for characters in so long that, like, all my materials have been, like, overflowing.
Oh, maybe it's one of those doors that opens when it senses cargo passing through. There's a loaded cart right over there. Let's bring it to the door and give it a try.
Rotate counterclockwise. And get it moving. Can it push me through it? Ah, I don't think so. Sort of. Oh, they baited me. There's a whole 2 Primo Gems in that chest.
No touching.
So it has to be her that gathers these. That's good to know. Slime's giving me a lot of trouble.
He might be a little prick. Now I'm mad.
You might be a little prick. What if she just said that? I mean, once again, if she actually did, then I would probably pull for her. Wait, what? Was this facing the wrong way? No, it's not. Oh, I see. My bad. Okay, so it has to be a loaded cart. Huh? All right. I would laugh if that's the last time we do that puzzle. Like, they introduce a puzzle, they have like one tutorial, and then one like easy puzzle, and then they just never use it again.
Judging by the implements on the table, this looks like a potion-making lab.
Head nurse, over here.
Let's see. Huh? Robot's clothes. Why would he change here?
Perhaps they stripped him down, left the clothes behind, and disposed of him somewhere else?
Yikes, Sigewinne, where did that come from?
Oh, what a tragic way to go.
Sigewinne sees some shit.
There's a path leading further on, Officer Morgan. Let's keep up the pace.
I mean, I would guess that he changed his appearance and ditched his clothes. The supply of the source fluid has completely dried up. So that means this final batch will be able to fetch a good price. Finding a new way to refine the liquid would be a better use for it. No, it's too late. I mean, I don't think it would be like the primordial sea or anything, right? Because that's all done, I think. The primordial sea water. So we meet again.
There's a whole bunch of people in there.
I like how they just rotated the reading model.
Are you serious? You're telling us that within a day, our faces are going to rot like yours?
Fontanian physiology changed dramatically after that great flood, and it's not as compatible with this face-changing solution as before. The side effects are as you can see.
So it is primordial seawater.
Why didn't you
Or
say anything before we all used it?
Look, my plan got you all out of prison, didn't it? You'd have much bigger problems to worry about right now if the Marshal say Phantom found out about your other crimes. Consider an ugly mug getting off lightly.
Ugh. You're just lucky we didn't leave you in there after you disappeared on us with no warning. We only let it slide because we're former partners. And now you have the gall to pull a stunt like this?
Partners? Make no mistake, each of us is only looking out for himself.
So is this Ponton, the guy? I already forgot his name. Dawat, or whatever his name was.
You hid things from me too. Remember how you each had a spare potion? You kept quiet about it until we planned the prison break?
Oh, and you didn't have a secret spare? Then do you want to explain how you melted your face off before all this?
Guys, that's enough. Calm down. It is what it is. Arguing won't change anything. What's the plan, Ponton? I'm assuming you brought us here for a reason?
There is no plan. We followed him here on the promise of more juice, but it turns out there ain't a drop here. Besides, what does it matter now anyway? He already said, even if we did get our hands on more of that stuff, switching faces again solves nothing. They're still gonna meld off eventually.
I said enough arguing! Ponton, tell us the plan.
The most practical solution is to continue using the potion. Keep switching to a new face before the ulcers can start
I don't think this delivery is happening. Alright. Most practical solution is continue using the potion and keep switching.
Are you kidding me? This stuff was hard enough to get a hold of even when we had a supply. Now you're asking us to use it like skin lotion after the flood all but wiped the supply out?
Well, there is another option. But you'll have to make a deal with me first.
Okay, now we're talking. What's the deal?
I have a document I took from that researcher that details how to make a replacement. Just give me one bottle of the undiluted fluid, and I'll get to work. What's the problem? I thought you always kept reserves. Or do you really just have one spare bottle each?
What do you think? That we were shipping them into the fortress of Meripede by the basket load?
Well then, say hello to never showing your marred faces in public again.
Ugh, I've heard enough! Get him! Let's see if that document even exists!
There he is, get him!
Freeze! Marshal say Phantom!
What? Who let them in?
Officer Morgan, before anything else, please find out Rawat's status.
Rawat?
I don't see him. Hand over the hostage now, if you want any chance of avoiding an extension to your sentences.
Spare us your condescending attempts to coax us back to our cells. You think we're looking to negotiate? Rawat is dead.
Ponton?
Arrest them all! Don't let anyone get away!
Are we fighting? Oh, okay, that's the wall. I'm like, why am I glowing?
Too easy. You're exposed.
I'm not sure I quite get her skill, but she is mainly a healer. That's as far as I've gone.
Grant us your blessing, written in the stars. Delved into depth, you asked for it.
I saw one that didn't crit, and that makes me mad.
Let's get it on!
It always bugs me when Candace doesn't crit. She has a 94% crit rate.
Pin them down! Huh. Gotta say, I never expected to see the head nurse in combat.
It's the... I'm a healer, but, you know? It was really funny when I was watching Gundam After War X. I didn't know that meme came from there.
Captain, we finished the head count. Ponton's missing.
Over there! The door's closing!
One group trying to arrest me, another trying to hunt me down. Good. I gotta kill two birds with one stone.
Arms crossed and everything.
How did he get up there? There must be a secret passage somewhere.
find—
Don't waste your energy. I already sealed it off.
How naive. We have more people outside. If we're not back out by the agreed time...
Morgane's voice actor is quite good.
Well then, you'd better hope they get here in time.
It adds a lot to her character.
There's some kind of gas leaking from the pipes. Be careful, it's poisonous.
How could you possibly tell just by looking at it?
This is our distribution center, where we store the product derived from our source solution. We had to use special fire prevention methods to prevent contamination. The pipe network here was designed to emit a gas for firefighting. One little modification later, and it makes an efficient death trap.
Why would you do this? Your partners are here too.
Oh, please. If they can't supply what I need, they're of no further use to me. Besides, I can't have them exposing my potential whereabouts.
He's a maniac! Come on, we gotta find a way to open that door!
He's a maniac.
Go ahead, struggle in vain. Once the last of you croaks, no one will ever find me again. So long!
Are you sure you're ready to leave, Potton? You haven't changed your dressing today.
You can't cure my face, just give up.
And what if I could?
Nice try. You're just trying to stall me. Don't you worry about me. I'll find a way to cure my face once I get out of here.
I gotta say, man, like, I didn't expect Sigewinne's Quest to, like, be, like, involved in, like, gangs and,
no longer dissolve in primordial seawater.
like, a whole criminal operation.
How did you...
The key component of the face-changing potion is the fluid left behind by dissolved Fontanians. It might look like ordinary water, but it has some unique elements in it. Before the flood, all Fontanians were Oceanids.
Oceanids?
A potion made from
I've just been calling them Oceanids.
Reconstruct the face of a Fontanian. It must
Oceanids?
Hydroidolins change form. Theoretically, it could give someone any appearance they wish.
I'm just gonna keep calling them Oceanids.
But since the
Given the
flood,
way it's spelled, it makes more
Fontanians
sense.
have become true humans. They can no longer provide the source material for this potion, nor reap its benefits.
Are you saying this potion is made from Fontanians dissolved with primordial seawater?
That's gross.
Then their crimes are far worse than I thought.
How could you know all of this? No, wait. Of course! Well, well. So that's why you have a human appearance.
It also means that I have a formula you're unaware of. The air's getting thicker. It's getting hard to breathe.
He turns it up.
I might get to make a deal today after all. Alright, keep talking. How do you intend to give me the formula?
Oh, it's not a formula, but a finished product. I have a bottle of it right here.
What?
When I tried Rawat's skincare product, I noticed it had a certain special component in it. So I had my friends gather some other ingredients for me, and sure enough, a little experimenting later, I'd produced the potion. I'm guessing his skincare lotion contains the fruits of your joint research?
Huh. Impressive guesswork. Yeah, we were a supplier for some of the raw ingredients. But it only contains a tiny amount of the active ingredient. The effect is
What was that
minuscule
reaction?
compared to the undiluted fluid.
Well, I found a way to reverse the dilution process, giving the skincare lotion a similar effect to the fluid it is derived from.
That's impossible.
If I tell you some of the ingredients, I think you can figure it out. First, you need to combine tainted hydrophantasm tissue with transoceanic pearls at a ratio of around 3 to 7.
Tainted hydrophantasms and transoceanic pearls. I see. Can't believe I
Oh,
never
it just
thought of
completely makes sense now.
Can we make a deal?
that. Sounds good to me. There's a delivery pipeline beneath this window. drop the potion in, and I'll release you all.
Nope, not trusting you that easily.
Yeah,
You're
I
like
wouldn't
those naughty
either.
kids who try to hide their illness. Open the sluice gate first, then I'll hand you the potion.
Even if you're not bluffing, your potion won't cure my face permanently. You really think you have any leverage here? I'm not closing the valve this time. Clock's ticking.
Fine, then I'll just stand here with the potion in my hand. And when I faint from the poison, I'll drop it and it'll be destroyed.
No.
It's open!
Disable that sluice gate! Jam it! Don't let it close again!
That's more like it. In that case,
You caved pretty easily.
is a promise.
Head nurse, there's too much poison gas in here. We have to leave, now!
It's literally just like, alright, put it in the pipe. No, open the gate first. Okay, I'll turn on the gas. Okay, then I'll smash it. Okay, fine, I'll open the door. The art of the deal.
That was too close. That button is a real nasty piece of work.
Oh, don't be too quick to sit down. Moving around a little will help relieve the soreness. Same goes for you, traveler. Oh, but Paimon, you should be fine, right?
Flying fast is pretty tiring too, actually. Anyway, that's not important right now. Paimon's still shocked to learn that there's a whole criminal operation going on behind that skincare lotion.
Those Rewant actually did.
Version of Potten after finally making it for you. I'll make you some more, I promise.
No, please don't. Paimon doesn't want to use that stuff anymore. Still, it was a pretty good job that Paimon wanted to buy some in the first place, huh? It ended up saving everyone's lives. That's gotta count for something. Yeah, Paimon was just kidding.
That's some interesting logic
Head
there.
nurse, I've done a final head count of our team and the criminals. Everyone's here and doing fine. We're ready to escort the fugitives back to the fortress of Meripede. It's a shame that we didn't find Rawat. At this point, I'm afraid he's probably deceased.
What a horrible bunch. Especially that Potten guy. If he hadn't made good on that deal, we'd all be dead because of him.
No, we wouldn't. I always keep a whole bunch of antidotes on me for emergencies. And one of them neutralizes that poison gas.
She just sounds like a utility belt
Even if you hadn't opened the
full
gate.
of like medicine.
What? Then why did you give him the potion?
If this is true, I must concur. Sorry to be blunt, but I think you made a bad decision by handing him that bottle. If he changes his appearance and flees Fontaine, it's unlikely that we'll ever find him. No matter how cooperative his accomplices are when we question them.
No, you don't understand. I gave him the potion precisely so we could be sure where he'll go next.
What do you mean?
We gotta hurry. She won't last much longer.
So is Potten actually just a shape-shifted Rawat? Was I correct initially? I mean, I guess that is what it is. I mean, if you throw out enough ideas, then you'll be correct. At least some of the time. I really wish we had an infinite stamina in this game.
Don't move a muscle. I might be short, but I pack a mean punch. Captain, you're just in time. While I was lying in wait, I spotted this crook snooping around, trying to find a way in. So I detained him.
Whoa. His face.
Are you... Potten? So this is where you were heading, huh?
What?
This is how Potten looked before his face was marred. His current appearance matches the mugshot on his arrest warrant.
I see. Wait, so what's going on? Wasn't the whole point of the potion to disguise himself and escape Fontaine? Why would he change back to his original face and run right into our trap?
Enough of this nonsense. Let me in.
You better pipe down. There's an old lady in there who's very sick. No way are we letting a crook like you inside.
To heck with it. Listen to me. I'm Rawat. That's my mother in there.
He's gotta be lying, right? Rawat was a victim in all this. He was forced into it against his will. How can he and this monster be the same person?
Forced against his will. That's the funniest thing I've heard all day. Back when I was being coerced, everyone thought I was colluding of my own free will. And then when I actually became a criminal in my own right, you all suddenly thought I must be under duress. Amazing what a difference a handsome face makes.
Save us the speech. Explain yourself.
You want an explanation? Fine. I'll tell it how it is. When I was just potting, the whole world treated me with contempt.
Ew. What do you want? Get away from me.
Women despise me.
Collaborate? You don't look like much of a researcher to me.
My peers scorned me.
Mr. Parton, was it? I'm most interested in your research. Consider my offer carefully. I doubt you'll find other investment opportunities.
Only villains would work with me.
You want out of the game? Forget about it. Turns out, I slipped up a little. Left your picture with some marechaussee phantom officers. Easy mistake to make. Now they've listed you as an accomplice and drawn up an arrest warrant. So I suggest you put any thoughts of running away to rest. If you get caught by the guards for being in the synth business, you ain't ever seeing the light of day again.
There was no way out for me until I could stop being Potton.
Mr. Rawat, I have something I'd like to tell you.
I became popular with women.
This new potion you developed is fascinating.
Is it the same voice actor though?
Would
'Cause
you
that's
consider working
quite a
with
bit of
me?
range.
I'd be happy to sign a licensing agreement.
My peers looked up to me.
I'm very interested in your research, sir. You must no doubt have offers from countless investors. So far be it from me to ask for a full collaboration, per se. I merely wanted to express my interest. No pressure at all, naturally.
And the villains even began to fear me. Becoming Rawat showed me what a superficial world we live in.
We live in a
I
society.
did not hold a grudge.
Bottom text.
After all, this superficiality could be made to work in my favor. Or so I thought. But alas, the world seemed bent on finding a reason to make me despise it. Mother, I'm back. How are you doing?
Who are you?
I bought the best medicine Mora could buy, but nothing would cure her illness. In the end, I hoped she'd at least be able to see her son one last time before she passed, but when everyone else rejected me, the only person who cared about me was my mother. Then, when I became a rising star in the Fontaine Research Institute, I was unrecognizable to her.
Deep.
I have to let her see me again.
Ironic, isn't it?
It means donning my own wretched, ugly face. Well, is that enough explaining for you? Now do you understand? Let me inside already!
Have you ever considered if you'll even be able to look your mother in the eyes? After what you've done, you found a way to completely change your identity. You could easily have escaped from them. But no. You chose to keep working with them.
Why would I want to give up on such a lucrative business? The profits were dozens of times that of the synth business, and it was all above board.
So you kept being a villain just for the money?
Villain? By what standard? Is doing evil deeds really what makes someone a villain in your eyes? Or does it all come down to the way they look? None of you saw a villain when I was wearing my other face, did you?
You say, is doing evil deeds really what makes someone a villain? You may be right, but that doesn't mean you're correct.
You have no right to judge me. You're all just fake people living in a hypocritical world. I regret nothing. My mother would understand.
You're a villain to the core, but especially that tongue.
Honestly, I don't see a villain when I look at your current face either.
Don't humor me. You don't seem surprised by my confession in the least. How long have you known the truth?
I didn't know anything for sure until you chose to take that potion bottle and spare our lives. But if you're asking when I started suspecting you, it was the first time you came to see me at the infirmary. I had to confirm my suspicions. That's why I chose to join this investigation.
Are you kidding me? A young, promising researcher and a wretched criminal? What on earth gave you the idea that they could be one and the same person?
Well, there were no visual clues. This potion's face-changing effects are very powerful. Even as a Melazine, I couldn't see through the disguise. But I believe I understand humanity a little better than most of my kind. Humans have certain fundamental qualities that do not change with their appearance.
Fundamental qualities, huh? So you think you're the one who's seen through me, do you? Most people probably don't know this, but I think I can guess what your deal is. Melazine constitutions are very close to that of water, so it stands to reason that the potion should work on them too. You used it yourself, didn't you? That's why you have a human appearance.
Sigewinne?
Yes, you're right.
I'll bet it was back in the days when Melazines were discriminated against because of their appearance. It was either carry on living in the gutters as part of an alien race cast out by humanity, or become the head nurse of the Fortress of Meripede, revered by all. Not a hard choice to make. It's a no-brainer. So you see, you and I were the
We're
same.
not so different, you and I.
And I'm the one who saw through you!
That's not important right now. You came here to see your mother, didn't you? Well, I can grant you your wish.
Huh?
Head nurse, I'm not sure that's a good idea in his current state.
Don't worry. Back in the warehouse when I traded the potion for our lives, I was doing it to test him. He was willing to risk sacrificing his only chance of escaping capture by opening the gate in exchange for the potion. Also, he could see his mother again. If nothing else, his concern for his mother is genuine.
I see.
So before you arrest him, please allow him to see his mother one last time. The Traveler and I will accompany him. You have nothing to worry about.
All right. I understand.
Mom? It's me, Potton, your son. You recognize me now, don't you? Mom, what's wrong?
I'm sorry, but I have some bad news. I examined your mother last time we were here, and it appears that due to her prolonged fever, she's lost
Oh,
her
ain't
eyesight.
that a bitch?
What?
Your appearance no longer has any bearing on her ability to recognize you. But there are always other ways to remind our loved ones who we are. Wouldn't you say?
No, it can't be. Please, Mom, open your eyes. It's me, your son, Potton. If you really can't see my face, then here, take my...
Oh, shoot. I was leaning on the A button.
So much to get to this point. Please, you have to recognize me. No.
The temperature of his palm must have changed. I'm sorry. It seems I couldn't bring him back to you after all.
It's you. Thank you.
Of course.
What do you mean, of course?
Why will you answer her and not me? Why?
No more questions, Potton. She's gone.
Mom? Mom?
I'm sorry to say this, Potton, but you and I are not the same.
Damn. Who would have thunk? I mean, this has been a good quest. I was really disappointed with the Cloud Retainer quest. I thought it would be a lot more interesting. Instead, it was mostly about that NPC Granny who lost her memory and
The sale of our new skincare product, Romaritime Essence, will now begin.
Gee, I wonder what the next video is gonna be about.
Selling as fast as last time. Wonder what people would think if they knew what was in the last batch. Oh, Sigewinne's here too! Hey, Sigewinne!
Oh, Traveler Paimon, hello! Oh, I hope you two got a good rest yesterday.
What if whenever I was streaming, I just like... I didn't even look at the screen. I just completely stared into the camera.
Actually, I'm mostly here to help.
And just never looked at the screen. Just maintained eye contact.
That stuff sold like crazy, didn't it? Is it gonna cause huge problems?
I don't think that would be very popular.
Nope, there's nothing to worry about. Unless modified, Butterfly Dew is an excellent skincare product that's completely safe to use. Besides, officers have already retrieved all Butterfly Dew purchased on the market. Now it's just a matter of disposal. After consulting Monsieur and Nervulette, I came up with a way to neutralize any harmful effects. So it'll evaporate naturally, without polluting water or soil.
Wow, it's Sigewinne to the rescue again!
Thank you for serving as our consultant, head nurse. All the butterfly dew we recovered has been disposed of, according to your instructions.
Great! Good job, everyone!
Also, you mentioned you wanted a copy of Rawat's interrogation records. Well, technically, Potton's records. Anyway, I have them with me. Here. After he saw his mother for the last time, it was like all his mental defenses came crashing down. He put up no resistance during the interrogation, and answered all our questions. We learned a lot. Apparently, the formula was something he discovered by chance, while helping the criminal gang produce synth. Later, he came up with the idea to dilute it, and use the resulting substance as a skincare product. Their supplier was Vache. But you could also argue that they were the ones doing him a favor. His operation helped Vache's gang dispose of an enormous amount of evidence. It made for a seamless collaboration. One man's trash was another
Vache
man's
dissolves
treasure.
people.
And
The
there were no
dissolved
loose
people
ends.
become skincare products.
It's no wonder we never
It's really
noticed
just
what
the
Potton's
circle
gang
of
was
life,
up to.
isn't it?
Vache
It's a beautiful
again,
cycle.
Huh? Is there still no end to the harm he caused?
Make no mistake. The crimes of Vache and his accomplices will come to an end. It's only a matter of time. Since the flood cut off their supply of primordial seawater, they've been forced to resort to riskier methods, like using their private reserve to attack people on the street. Naturally, those attempts all ended in failure. After receiving numerous reports, we were able to zero in on the gang and eventually round them up.
That sounds more like it.
Based on what he told us in his confession, we pretty much had him backed into a corner, even though he made a point of distancing himself from the gang while disguised as Rawat. He tried to throw us off his tail by reporting his accomplices, giving him enough time to transform back into Potton and see his mother one last time.
Still a risky move, I'm not sure
There was one
if
thing
I
we
understand
hadn't
that.
anticipated. Even though Potton had been missing for a long time, we were very much still on the lookout for him. So, the moment he appeared in public, after changing back to his original appearance, we caught him.
So he tried this once before, huh? Guess he really did want his mother to see him again. But in the end...
Looking at the interrogation records, it seems like he spent the first sum of money he earned as Rawat on his mother's treatment.
Yes, which is why I suspect that his initial motive for using the potion was not personal greed, but a desire to become somebody who had the power to save her. Even so, he went too far. In the end, he got what he deserved.
I understand. Thank you for bringing me these records.
Why did you want them anyway?
Patton was one of my patients.
Good reading material
So I
while I
need to
drink my
put together
coffee.
a medical file for him. My teacher always stressed that a person's life experiences are just as important to their file as their medical history.
Why are you still treating him like your patient? Isn't he kind of beyond redemption now?
That may be true, but a patient is a patient, regardless of the choices that bring them to my care.
One last thing, head nurse. Please keep everything you know about this potion a secret. It would be for the best if most of Fontaine knows nothing of its existence.
I think there's not a lot
I
of
know my
like
fellow
glasses
officers
glare.
and I will be able to sleep easier if that's the case.
Doesn't look like it.
Not to worry.
Thank you for understanding. I'll take my leave then.
So, Sigewinne, did you really use that potion yourself?
Why do you sound so surprised, Paimon? I told you all about it. It was quite a while ago now.
She didn't listen to the story.
You mean that story about the witch and the potion? So it was really, actually, genuinely a true story?
Yes, it really actually genuinely was.
But
I know. There are some secrets I can't tell anyone about. But considering everything we've been through together, I know I can trust you with them. Before I tell you though, could you follow me somewhere? I want to pay my respects to an old friend.
Of course!
Right. You know, this this region really has a lot of paying respects to an old friend. Or can you meet me at this spot that I like? Damn, the boys are back in town.
Huh. Nervalette and Risley, they're here too!
Good to see you, traveler. Paimon. I trust all has been going well for you.
Big news, everyone. The Udex is out of his office on important business.
Is that genuinely something people would consider big news?
Why wouldn't they? Important business is a big deal.
Ah, yes, you're quite right. When someone you care about requires emotional support, being there for them at the right time and place is of the utmost importance. After reading the Marechaussee Phantom's reports, I had a feeling a trip here might be in order.
I really love his Japanese voice actor. He plays like a lot of iconic characters. But like, I feel like his English voice actor actually fits him better for Neuvillette.
Take note. That, my friends, is how Monsieur Neuvillette shows that he cares. We're both here for the same purpose, actually. To accompany Sigewinne as she pays her
For
respects
Risley,
to her
both
late
of his
teacher.
voice actors are good.
So the old friend she mentioned was her teacher then? The witch?
Very slow Paimon.
Sorry. Paimon didn't mean to be rude. It's only because Sigewinne calls her that all the time.
I doubt she considers that title to be offensive, Paimon. Don't worry.
Indeed. In fact, I believe Sigewinne would take it as a sign of affection. She has spoken of this doctor on many occasions, and it sounds like she was a truly generous individual. In those days, many people harbored prejudices against Melusines. She was the only teacher willing to take Sigewinne on as a student.
Wow. It's really nice of you two to be here for Sigewinne. Guess you guys really look out for your younger colleagues, huh?
Isn't she older?
Younger colleague? Well, that might be true for the Udex, but I'm not sure I can say the same. Sigewinne served a sentence in the fortress of Meripede hundreds of years ago, and after she did her time, she decided to stick around. She's been an integral part of our administration ever
What
since.
was her crime?
Strictly speaking, the head nurse has been around longer than most people in the fortress, myself included. Pretty sure that makes me the younger colleague.
She served a sentence?
She committed a crime?
Yes. Long before I became Udex, there was an ancient law in Fontaine that
Oh.
prohibited any
Okay.
attempt to transform another species into a human. Initially, I and most researchers believed this law to have been imposed due to ethical concerns, but now, it seems more likely that the law was nothing more than an insurance policy, a way for Egeria to ensure that her people would remain insulated from the truth, thus enabling them to lead more straightforward, happier lives.
Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Would have been hilarious if she,
Sigewinne had her
committed
reasons
some
for choosing
heinous
to obtain
crime.
human form, but the act was nonetheless in clear violation of the law.
Could you tell us a little bit more about what happened back then?
Certainly. Sigewinne does not object to her close friends learning about her history. In fact, I first learned of it myself because she confessed the truth to me of her own volition.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Even with their daughter
Oh.
so ill, they
I mean, it's
kicked
not a
you
cutscene,
out?
but I'll hide my face cam.
Stubborn as always. And prejudice isn't a disease I can cure either. Shame that I don't have the energy to get over there. You're laughable, you old witch. You want to save everyone in Fontaine, but you can't even save the patient before you.
Master, what are you?
I discovered a strange disease. One I suspect
They
that
can't
every
show
Fontanian
Sigewinne
suffers
in her
from.
Melusine form.
Without witnesses or proof, no one will believe me. I had no choice but to experiment
couldn't-
on
they couldn't
myself to find a cure.
Take it upon themselves to 3D model it.
And as you can see, it took a wretched toll on me.
Then I'll find a cure for you. And then you can go cure her.
There's no need. I am beyond saving now. There's nothing you can do.
But, Master...
As I said before, a doctor's duty is to treat whatever ailments they can.
I know. But they don't trust me at all.
Sigewinne POV. POV, your teacher is dying.
She's your first ever patient, isn't she? Tell me, what cost are you willing to bear to see her cured?
I'll do whatever it takes.
Even if it means breaking the law and being punished for it?
Nice shot at the scale over there, representing Libra and justice when talking about breaking a law. I see you, cutscene director.
Of mine. Then I shall make one more final gamble. And see my experiment through to its end. Leave me for now, and come back in 2 hours. If I am able to work this miracle, then I will have found a way to save all Fontanians, and I shall be able to help you treat that girl.
Well, considering that Fontanians
Then it
weren't
means
saved.
there is one more disease in this world that I cannot treat. In that case, do not come looking for me.
Damn.
I will leave you a
Granny is
parting
hardcore.
gift. An accidental discovery happened upon through my study of this strange disease. It has little use, but it will at least help you cure this one patient you can reach.
When Sigewinne returned, the miracle had not occurred.
Yeah,
She found
I
a
figured.
potion bottle and a note on the table. After using the potion as instructed, she gained her current form, breaking Fontaine's law in the process. And after I had confirmed the veracity of the events, I gave my verdict.
So that's what happened.
Her teacher sacrificed herself and left that potion behind. So wait, did her teacher dissolve herself? And that's the potion.
I fear Sigewinne only understood the full story after the truth about the dissolution of Fontanians was uncovered.
Oh, that's pretty
When I
metal,
reflected on all
Granny.
this with that knowledge
That's
in hand,
pretty metal.
I felt a deep sense of regret. As I use the law to uphold justice, there are times when I cannot help but acknowledge its ruthlessness. After the final details of the events surrounding Sigewinne's transformation came to light, I checked several sources and, thankfully, the legal code does not require Sigewinne to shoulder any additional punishment.
Wonder how she feels about all this.
Since she invited you here, I imagine she intends to speak of these matters with you, no?
we've kind of just been... Oh, she's over there. Wrong shore, guys. She's kind of just been standing there all alone this entire time.
You're here. The old friend I mentioned was my teacher. When she passed, her body was nowhere to be found. All that's left of her is an empty tomb. And even that's deep underwater now.
Sigewinne, the witch who gave you the magic potion, she was your teacher, wasn't she?
Sounds like Monsieur Neuvillette filled you in.
After learning the truth, it must have been hard to process, huh?
Well, to be honest, after I realized what really happened that night, my first thought was that it kind of made sense. It seemed exactly like the sort of thing she would do.
But she was planning to sacrifice herself and never told you.
That's just who she was. If lying is what it took to get a kid to take their medicine, then that's what she'd do.
Comes full circle.
Alright, but why did you turn yourself in?
I broke the law, simple as that. My teacher made her choice, and I made mine.
True. It's just... the way Potton framed it when he was asking you all those questions, it made Paimon really mad. You're not like him at all, and everything Neuvillette said confirms that.
I wonder if his name is Potton, just because they thought it was a nice play on the word potion.
And yet, you were still convicted and thrown in prison.
Like, what do we name this NPC?
Feels so unfair.
Unfair? I happen to think just the opposite. If I hadn't served that time, I'm not sure I would have been able to stay strong when he was questioning me.
Well, what makes you say that?
I knew you'd be curious.
Let me tell you another story. This is the 4th story.
The verdict came down. This Melazine is guilty. Deudex defended the authority of Fontaine Law, but he did not confiscate the Melazine's medical kit. And so, the Fortress of Meripede gained a new little doctor. She still wore her hood and raincoat, even though it never rained in the fortress. Perhaps thanks to her human appearance, no one refused her treatment. She treated more and more patients, and her sentence grew ever shorter. Finally, the people of the fortress could not live without her, and though her sentence ended, she did not leave them either. Then one day, she received an invitation from the outside world. The location seemed familiar, and when she arrived, an old lady was waiting for her. She saw right through the Melazine's disguise, but didn't reveal it. Instead, she asked a question.
Tell me, why do you think you gained the respect of so many people, despite being a Melazine?
Because I look like a human?
It's been 50 years, Sigewinne, and you haven't aged a day. I think everyone knows you are not human. I finally found you, after all these years. I still remember, you know. It was you who saved me that night.
But how? I was no longer a Melazine by then.
Does it really matter if you're human or Melazine? I remember the warmth of your palm. It's quite unmistakable. And you know what? It hasn't changed one bit. You don't have to hide anymore, Sigewinne. These days, everyone wants to make friends with Melazines. And I think that it's all because of you. I'm sorry I couldn't say this until now, but thank you.
Oh, I messed up.
Dr. Melazine.
Oh, I messed up. Maybe I could still do it.
After hearing everything Potton said, I wanted to tell him that it didn't matter who he looked like.
Oh, no, you can't see it. Oh, that's annoying.
I tried to treat him.
I completely messed
The
up.
root of his problem had nothing to do with his face.
Alright, pause this for a second. I'm like all wet. What I was going to do, I was like, oh, this is like a really sweet cutscene. What if it cuts back to my face cam and there's just like, my eyes are completely wet and there's just like tears streaming down my face and I'm completely just acting normal? So then I took my water bottle and I like poured some in my hand and I was just gonna like splash it on my face. I forgot I was wearing glasses. It just spilled everywhere. Oh, that joke was ruined. Oh, man. That's like 3 jokes that have been ruined tonight. That's sad. That would have been funny. I don't think you can see anything, though. But there's like water on my glasses now. Oh, well. And now it's all blurred. I'll just take these off, to be honest.
I understand. Thanks, you two. I appreciate you being
Your
here
pants
for me
are all
while I
wet.
talk this through.
Oh, it's nothing. Our pleasure.
Oh, there's one more reason I invited you here. It's about time I finally give you what I promised. In order to restore the appearances of the face-swapping victims, the Marashose Phantom gave me special permission to make a few bottles of that potion. And I made one extra just for you two.
We don't need it though. Shouldn't we destroy it?
Well, even if you chose to destroy it...
Well, the potion she's
I still
making
thought I
isn't
should give it to you
illegal.
first. You two did so much for me.
I don't know why she
break my
needed permission to make it.
Well, fair enough, but anyway, Paimon's definitely not interested in this stuff anymore. Still, if this is the very last bottle in all of Teyvat, getting rid of it would feel like kind of a waste. Maybe we can give it a special meaning somehow. Oh, Paimon's got it! Melazine physiology wasn't affected by the Great Flood, right? So that means the potion should have a permanent effect on you. In that case, what do you say, Sigewinne? Ever thought about transforming back to the way you used to look?
That kind of wastes your teacher's.
Melazines look the cutest of all.
It would kind of waste her teacher's sacrifice.
Paimon, after everything, do you really think it matters whether I'm Melazine or a human?
Well, what was Paimon thinking? You made up your mind a long time ago. Yeah, let's just destroy this thing.
Leave it to me.
She just chucks it into the ocean. So, did she destroy it? Or did she just take a big whiff of it?
I'd like to stay here with my teacher for a little longer.
Alright, good talk. I guess that's it for the quest. Are these lads still here? No, I think they're gone. Alright, all good. Or should I attempt this this puzzle where I absolutely don't Device was... That does not matter, just tell me how to use it. You can control it and rotate it, that's all you need. You only need the last sentence. Okay, yeah. 2 crystal receiver nodes and create a bi-directional valve. Sometimes the missing receiver node needs to be found. This might not be one of those times. This is what I mean, man. Like, they introduced like several new puzzles with every like new area. It's just like you're not gonna remember all this. Is this part of it? Oh no, that's something different. What's going on with this? Oh, is it the way that it's facing? Okay, I'm gonna change this to English. I mean, to Japanese. Since we're pretty much done with that quest. It just sounds more natural to me. Do I have to hit this? Do I have to interact? Let's see anything. I'm confused. Unless I'm supposed to use this. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's so close. If I could just... Okay. This is tough, actually. Hang on. Like, it's not that precise. I'm just tapping it, and it's swinging too far. Okay, maybe it's like actually... Okay, there we go. When this is rotating, it seems to like lock into like certain angles. I thought it was like fairly continuous. Okay. Well, that's a puzzle I'm gonna forget how to do in about a month. And then I'm gonna come back to Fontaine and have to learn it again. But I think that's it. I do apologize if I seemed a bit tired on this stream. Because I'm not gonna stop complaining about the fact that I didn't get to make coffee today. I was running late. But I think we're good. I think we are good to go. I'm gonna shut this down. And yeah. So that's probably gonna be the last Genshin stream for quite a while. Honestly, that quest was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of the story quests that are around like the less interesting characters, they tend to be the more interesting quests. I don't know, like I think maybe they have like more creative freedom, or like it's just easier to come up with ideas when it's just something like that. But that was a cool quest. That was like well written. It had a point to it about like, because like Melusines like see the world differently, and so it was about like superficiality and like how much appearance really matters and stuff like that. Good job, I think. But yeah. So yeah, next week is gonna be Zenless Zone Zero. ZZZ. It's been like, I can't even say like how long this game has been like teased, because like it's been well over a year, I'm pretty sure. It wasn't that long after like Star Rail was even like teased. It's gonna be fun to like finally get to try it out. But yeah, and that's gonna be next week. So I'll see you all later. Anyone who's still here or watching the VOD, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Good night. And take care of yourselves, you know? Make yourselves a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you like to drink. Just relax and, you know, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.